Today's A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan podcast is brought to you by
myeternalvitality.com. We talked to Dr. Powers last week.
Yeah,
he came in here, and it really, if you need better sleep, need more energy, improve libido, better performance in bed, lose the belly fat, there's so many things that your hormones being unbalanced and not in a healthy level could cause, like
my wife, for
cortisol.
instance. Yeah, like Andrea, for instance, like regulating her temperature, loss of weight, cramping because of her cycle. These are all things that she's dealt with that have been pretty bad, but I'm here to tell you it's getting better. Cramping, gone. She's been doing more blood tests. Libido, let's just say higher than ever. Good stuff. All good stuff to report. You can feel better, but the first step is going and talking to Dr. Powers.
Yep. You can take the free online quiz at myeternalvitality.com. That'll tell you where you're at, but there's a free consultation with Dr. Powers. Tell him you're a Tom and Dan listener or BDM. You can talk to him for free. You can get your hormones tested.
Yeah.
He can do the test.
Well, another thing, too, it might be as simple as just nutrition. He can test you for that and guide you with some nutrition coaching and really help you out. I mean, there are things that you can do before you have to go and look at the final chapter of like surgery or whatever.
There are tons of things that could be making you feel bad, especially at all of our ages. Like if your hormones are off, your gut health is bad, and Dr. Powers can help you. He also has I did it where he basically does a body scan where he can tell how much fat to muscle ratio you have.
Yeah, Andrea's doing that right now.
And then he could track it as he treats you. That way you can get more muscle, less fat.
Yeah.
Dr. Powers didn't tell us to say this, but this is what celebrities and rich people have been doing for years in the past. As far as as they age, they keep their hormones correct and at a healthy level, which makes them feel better, live a better quality of life. It makes them fitter.
Yeah.
It makes them less fat because your body will emergency store fat if your cortisol's too high and your hormones are off.
Well, finally, you can investigate it. Yeah. It's something that's available for you. And you've heard him come in here and he talks and he says he just wants to make you guys feel better. So get a hold of him. It's myeternalvitality.com and tell him that we sent you.
I'm telling you, get your testosterone tested and see if that's the reason you feel bad. myeternalvitality.com.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Yeah! Oh, man, I got to fix the camera. It is the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch, joining us for news from the Semantics podcast. And also, you heard about this one, and also her very own after-party show that you can subscribe to and put a little coin in her pocket. It is Miss Samantha Har.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
How you doing, Sam?
I'm going to give you a blast.
All right, boys.
Hold on. I fixed it.
Oh, come on. I like that one.
There you go. That's what you get. You get a different one. You get a different one than everybody else.
Just trying to catch up with you guys. A whole lot of nothing but going on around here. What the hell?
Yeah, she's like, do you guys talk about this? We're like, no. You talk about this? No. You talk about this? No. You talk about this? No. Do you know what's going on in the world?
What's happening? Where are you guys?
I don't know. I gotta get my
Don't you guys do this every day?
Andrea told me I gotta sign my ballot for them. Supposedly there's an election going on now.
I think you can still mail it in, yeah?
I think we're like a lot of people. We just cut ourselves off from the outside world.
Yeah.
How the hell do you do that? I almost cursed and I thought I was on ACT. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I'm free.
You can curse. How the fuck do we do that?
Yeah. I think,
How do you do that? Teach me your ways,
My
Sensei.
algorithm did it for me. Because I didn't search out anything like news or politics or anything, and so now it just shows.
Well, I kind of have to do that for what I do.
And then
I felt like you had to do that for what you do.
No, we don't have to know nothing.
Oh,
He's like, the election? I go, I was just watching reruns of Nailin' Palin. Remember that? Remember
I
old
saw
Nailin'
that.
Palin?
I never watched that. Maybe I should go back.
Lisa Ann does Nailin' Palin.
So,
Magnifique.
before we start, I want to talk about the Beer Fest and Sofa and Suds. That's next weekend.
Yes, it is.
November 23rd and 24th. All right, they're both free events, and the Beer Fest works like this. We start giving out the free sample cups and gift bags right at noon, downtown Sanford between West End and Celery City. You'll see a big tent with a sign that says free sample cups.
Yes.
The first 500 people will get a gift bag from our great sponsors. We've got Injured on the Go, Just Call Mo, Fair Villa Megastore, Modern Plumbing. We've got White Claw. We've got the Bart Merrick Team and Danger Brain. And only the first 500 will get the gift bags. Then everybody else.
Damn, that's a lot of gift bags.
It's a lot of gift
we're
bags.
doing that next Wednesday.
Don't miss those days.
I know.
I'm surprised I didn't get a text.
This guy loves gift bags.
I almost texted you, but then I was like, nah, she don't want to.
I won't let him do that.
I mean, I'll come if you pay me.
No, he doesn't pay anybody. He's like, you get a sense of.
I heard you guys are getting interns now.
He's getting a party sub.
No one applied.
No, we got one. We got one, and it's a man with a girl's name who's an electrician.
So,
and you're hired, sir.
So anyway, and so you'll get a free sample cup and a wristband.
Yep.
We've got silver linings.
Bring your IDs.
No,
yes.
we got to get that right. We
What?
have to get that right.
What?
It's the Silver Lining Band.
Okay, the Silver Lining Band.
Yeah, the Silver Lining Band.
Who's the band at our ACT 10-year event? They're like a cover band.
Yeah,
they play
good.
90. They play requests too, so you can
really?
literally request songs and they will play
They'll
them
try
live.
to do it. They'll pull it right up.
And so they go on at 2 p.m. and that's when the
I'm gonna pull some obscure shit.
they said they'll
Try.
They'll
They
try
said,
anything.
they'll try it.
And so that band starts at 2. That's when the pouring starts. We've got a bunch of local breweries. We've got a THC seltzer out.
Yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah. Have
We
you guys
got-
been trying those lately?
Daniel has, yeah.
I have
too.
been. I've been drinking
They're
them.
hit or miss.
They are hit or miss. The only problem that I see with them sometimes is I had one before Baby Metal and I got sleepy. Like
yeah.
it made me tired. Like the
It's heavy,
yeah, it is heavy. It's a thicker
It
drink.
is a thick.
It's
Well,
a thick.
we don't need it that thick.
Yeah, they make
Thin it
it's,
out.
It's too thick. They're too thick. You need a thinner seltzer for the
goddamn
THC.
milkshake.
Yeah.
We also have food trucks. We have a bunch of our sponsors coming out. I know, like, My Eternal Vitality is coming out.
Free testosterone. Come out there and shoot you up.
You're on the tee yet, bro?
Not yet,
No,
but
no.
I was telling Daniel I'm close,
Yeah,
so
we're very
close.
close.
Because I want to feel
You got a
amazing.
sponsor now.
No, I know.
Get on it.
I know.
Nah,
This is your
it's
dream.
Close. It's close.
We're very close.
And
What do you got to fudge some numbers?
no. I'm already eligible.
Well, then what the hell's going on?
Mine's low. Well,
I can't get into technicalities. HIPAA. All right.
no.
I'll tell you
no.
mine. Like basically my urologist was like, you already have like your prostate's already swollen, and we don't need to be injecting things into your body that's going to speed that up.
Yeah, that makes
right?
sense.
You don't want to, but I don't care what he says. I'm ready to
You're
write
like,
it. I'm ready to write it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
I'm just
How big could it get?
too lazy to do the shot
Yes,
twice a week.
That's true. You would forget it.
and I'd
Did
forget,
you see
and
you
then I'd
left
be
your
double
underwear?
shot.
Do you see you left your
I did
underwear?
love my-
And I didn't even touch him. I was like, this motherfucker left his underwear. He left a pair of dirty,
no.
and he wears space underwear because
that mean?
he wears. Your husband probably wears space underwear. I'm an old man, so I wear American issue, American GI,
No, come on.
goddamn GI Joe, white Hanes, Fruit of Looms.
Yeah,
I wear Fruit of
briefs.
Looms. Yeah, I wear briefs,
Brief
white,
cut.
so you can
No.
see the piss and you can see the shit in my pants because that's what Americans wear. This guy wears silver gray, lightning like laser underwear.
They must
And
have
they were
fallen
bald
out.
into they looked rough.
Because now I get changed.
They looked rough. They're tiny.
Do you
tiny,
imagine
li-
dirty Grundies?
tiny.
in
I
the
thought
corner?
it was aluminum foil. I came in this morning. Was that
It was
aluminum?
crunchy?
No,
No.
it was just
Oh.
it's shiny. He wears like shiny Space underwear.
I've been running after we finished the show
your
on
underwear?
Monday.
He runs in
No,
his
I have
underwear.
to change into my running shorts.
And he makes a compliment.
Ooh,
when
are
he
they
walks.
short? You have little tiny dukes?
Yes,
Yeah.
he wears a belt. He wears the.
I gotta keep my nutrition
You have
in
a
there.
utility belt to run?
He wears a nutrition
You're a
belt.
nerd.
He wears a nutrition belt. He
What
wears
happened since I left?
He has a nutrition belt and a neck fan.
You
You have a neck fan?
No, I don't have that stupid neck fan. I have to
Draw the line at neck fan.
No, this is what you have to do.
A lot of the chat room has the silver underwear, dude. You're not the only one.
Silver.
Yeah,
Anyway.
they're weird. They don't even look like underwear. I don't even know how you call yourself a man.
It's wicking technology.
It is wicking.
Oh, my husband does wear the wicking.
I know.
He does
I-
wear
You
the
wear the
wicking.
goddamn cotton soaks up everything.
I do. I wear the Romneys.
Damn.
I wear the big cotton
Yeah, a
Romneys.
big Bubba Gumps.
I do.
Why does that sound
I
gross?
do. They're big cloth diaper,
Yeah.
huge. My underwear's humongous.
Why are they so roomy?
I like them roomy. I like for things to move around. Plus, I've got tiny little thighs, so my thighs stick down.
It's billowy.
Oh yeah, they're balloony.
So then the day after the beer fest
okay.
in Sanford.
Oh, the silver's supposed to kill germs. The chat rooms,
No, it's
they're
just
all
a color.
they're on your side.
Oh, is it like the magnetic
They're
bracelet?
on your side. What do you wear? You wearing Tommy Copper?
I heard
You-
there are no germs. I
Are
heard
you
if
wearing
you
the
don't see them,
Tommy
they don't
Copper?
exist.
No,
You wear
I
Tommy
don't
Copper,
know.
don't you? To
Come
give
on.
yourself the edge.
I'll
guys-
show them to you. They're the regular.
Oh,
Okay,
let's
I'm
look
gonna
at the
get 'em.
grandies. Grandies.
Don't show the stains
I
in
thought
them.
I was supposed to sell my underwear when I quit the show. Oh,
Look at these. Look how little they are. Look how little
There's
they are.
holes in them.
No,
Look how
there's-
little
they
A moth
They got
ate
a
through the
hole.
dick hole.
They
A
got
moth
some
ate through the
holes.
dick hole. Look at that.
Tiniest little underpants.
Because they get worn out. And I think
Those
it's hard.
are worn.
It's because they're too small.
How are they stretched
Those
in the
are
thigh area?
Those are way too small, dude.
No, this
This
is my
guy's,
Hold them
size.
up.
this guy's
Hold them up
obsessed.
like-
No,
This
but-
guy's obsessed with being lean and mean. Everything's a
Those are
medium.
little bitty.
They're little bitty. Wear some big man.
Wait,
wear
but
some-
look at the hem at the
yeah.
bottom.
Wear some
Look
man
at that.
underwear.
No,
The
but-
reason there's a hole in it is
Bro,
because you're wearing a
you gotta
size
throw those
small
away.
fucking underwear, dude.
You're a businessman, sir. You got to throw those away. Mo would be embarrassed. Ew, you put it right next to the honey. Whose honey is that?
That's not honey. That's hot sauce that Mike B made us. It's been sitting there for 3
Oh,
months.
now your dirty Grundies are next to
And
him.
now Sam's doing the Mike B underwear hot sauce challenge.
Oh, God. That'll make us go viral.
Pair.
Anyway, Sofa and Suds is the next day.
Yeah.
You guys got a sofa this year?
Yes, we got a
We
sofa.
do.
We got a team to run the
We
sofa.
do indeed. EJ said that he threw his hat in the ring again to push.
To run?
And I said, we're good. We don't need you.
Well, actually, I think we were looking for one more pusher, but
no, he's out.
the person heading the team this year got Tuttle to sit and drive the couch,
Yeah, I thought you were joking about
and he's going to be wearing the bear suit.
that. Yeah.
I was hoping for Dr. Nerdcock, to be honest.
Okay,
today.
I know,
We could do evil Dr. Nerdcock.
In his undies.
Yeah, we could do that.
well, he's going to be dressed ridiculous. Tuttle's going to be pushy. He's like, oh, I guess I'll do it. You know, so,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
And
Tuttle's low
You got to let him know not to be inappropriate because children will be at that event.
Oh, he'll be inappropriate. He's
Oh,
low-key
God.
crazier than ever.
I can't control him anymore.
He's crazier than ever. He's getting in fights. He's back on Bubba the Love Sponge
he
full
really?
time.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
back.
yeah. He's back. He's doing full stunts.
Yeah, he's stunting.
Yeah.
He's got his own show where, it's crazy.
I told him just go for it
Yeah.
because at this point, like
Yeah, what do you have to lose?
He's
Isn't he like doing a podcast with his ex-wife again? What's
yeah.
happening?
I told him, I go, you
What
need to.
year is it?
I go, you need to die on air.
He will, right?
That'll be a legend.
That would be the legend if you die on air.
That could make This Is Florida Man or whatever the hell that
Oh,
show. I've
yeah.
been watching that shit. They show some meth guy get his arm
when
bitten
it-
off by an alligator.
Is it this weekend? Is it tomorrow that Tuttle's doing his content house here in Orlando?
Oh, Davenport. Yeah.
Okay, so Bubba the Love Sponge and then their cast of crazies. I guess they
Locking themselves in a house.
They rented a content house here in Orlando, and they're going to have
Airbnb?
listeners stop by. No, but they're going to have and then Tuttle's going to inflate his anus.
So we can stop by?
Yeah, oh yeah, they got
Yeah.
a money thing. Like you get inside the
Money booth?
$4,000.
Yeah.
I've always dreamed
Yeah.
of being in a money booth.
I mean, you could go
been one
down
of my
there, but they're
dreams.
going to ask you to, they're going to be inappropriate.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
guarantee
I'm aware of the Bubba Army.
you could get $4,000 easy breezy. I mean, but they're going to ask you to do some things because they're
Yeah.
horrible, vile.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Well, because they like that. They go harder. Tampa goes harder. We've always
Yeah,
said
they'll
that.
probably say I can only keep the bills I smash with my titties up against the
Yeah,
glass,
yeah,
which is fine.
yeah.
I'll do that.
You keep the
I'll put a shirt on.
You
but
keep
yeah.
the bills, you lick off your own titties. Oh, yeah.
They're also looking for any recliners for the recliner division. I believe they have a couple, but it's open right now. So
I feel
you
like recliners aren't as popular anymore.
No.
It's hard to get.
That's probably why it's hard to get a recliner, right?
But it's a good way to get free advertising for your business. You get an old recliner, which I'm sure you can get off Facebook Marketplace, put some caster wheels on it, and then get you and your employee to push and say it's sponsored by whatever lawn care company. Well, me and Daniel will be promoting it to thousands of people in Sanford.
But like Sam's saying, recliners, though, are a old... Like young people, even my generation, like recliners were on their way out.
Yeah.
I did have one,
Or
though.
if you do have one, it's like a big boy, lazy boy, too heavy.
Yeah.
And they last forever.
Recliners are...
I want a recliner.
You want to get in there.
I have one. Like when I bought... God, I love this chair. When I bought my first set of furniture, my mom was kind of like walking me through, like, you need to buy this and you need to buy... So I bought a coffee table, and then I bought a couch, and then I bought a matching... It is a lazy boy, but it does not look like a lazy boy.
Okay.
It looks like a fashion chair. But if you lean back in it, it will extend, and it's so comfortable. And I will tell you that some of my greatest memories of watching TV, playing video games, watching sports were that stupid chair. I love that chair. I love my lazy boy.
They're also quietly 480 pounds. They're so heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, you could have made this lighter. I think they were made at a time, they were like made in some Detroit factory. It's like pre-China making the recliner.
Remember
With the
when
lighter metal.
Yeah.
Okay, we went through a phase. The way that Lazy Boys went, it went through like normal size. Then there was big size for men, little size for ladies.
Like luxury,
Yeah, and then they went through a phase where it became super big, where it was like oversized, and it was leather, and it was like billowy.
It looked like a love seat,
And the last incarnation was one of the final things we gave away on Real Radio. It was a giant Lazy Boy that would lift you out of the chair, and then the sides of it had... were you there?
It helped you stand up?
It did help you stand up, but it had a cooler on either side where you could load into the armrest.
I remember
beers.
when they started putting coolers in them.
Yeah, they put a cooler in it, and you'd load beers in the side of it, and then you shut the rest. And
I don't remember this
and it
at
had
all.
like a temperature control, and it was a refrigerated.
How come more people don't have that?
Because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Because it turns out you have to go and load the beers.
Yeah,
And
they
the
spill. One blows up, and your whole chair's ruined.
And then as you're loading the beers in, and the
Like,
ice.
it sounds like a great idea, but it's not practical.
And then you're like, well, I guess instead of doing all this work back and forth, I
SJ's
could
got
just...
the one. He's got the one that lifts you up.
No.
Yeah, that was a thing for a minute. You know, like if you had like a bad back or something, look at this thing to lift me up. It's got a refrigerator on it.
So I want to talk to Sam about her concert getting canceled and LARPing and everything. But before
you
that,
been busy, Sam.
I want to touch on the Tyson fight real quick because we talked about it like last week and we're like, because it got postponed and the whole thing.
It's sort of a nothing.
Lost a lot of its luster.
It did lose a lot of his luster. But now that I know it's tomorrow or Friday, I'm back in being curious about it.
Yeah.
And here's why. Because I'm well aware that there must have been some conversation that happened between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul about how they want this to go.
Yeah.
Netflix has too much money involved. They paid too much. Like I think Jake Paul got $20 million, Tyson got 10.
It's a guaranteed 20.
And then to put it all on, they're $40 million into it or whatever it is. And I don't think they just leave this up to just random nonsense. Let's see what happens. I think it's kind of like, hey, what's gonna happen? And they must have talked.
Is there any way they can prove it? There's no way, right? Is there?
There's lots of NDAs signed and things.
Unless somebody snuck in somewhere to record somebody.
No, is there any way to prove that let's say they are touting it as a real fight? Is there any way for them to give us something that would make us believe that
it's genuine?
Yeah, is there anything that they could do? I can't think of anything.
I don't know. Yeah.
The one thing they could do is have Tyson knock out Jake Paul, like we talked about, and that would people would think, oh, it is a real fight, because I think if it's an actual real fight, it actually proves to be less entertaining than a planned fight. And follow me with this.
Yeah.
Because I think if it was 100% real and both fighters, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, were trying to win points like a regular boxing match and actually get to the finish and they win by decision and that kind of thing, that I feel like they both would be playing defense. They both wouldn't open themselves to knockouts, and it would be a very conservative fight and boring, right? And that's what nobody wants.
No.
And nobody wants this to go to a decision and then have Mike Tyson win by points or Jake Paul win. But, no one wants it. People want to see a knockout.
They do.
So I feel like Jake Paul, who's an entertainer, Mike Tyson's a little bit out of it. In fact...
Yeah, he's an actor and stuff now. He's been in entertainment his whole life at this point.
I saw promotional stuff about this fight, and he couldn't pronounce Netflix.
Well, he's illiterate, but that doesn't mean that he's not an entertainer. Okay?
No, it's true. Like I saw, he was like, "What is?"
He's also like promoting that it's like the most important fight of his life or something, and I'm like, that's a bit much.
Well, if you're crazy, you might think that.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he does think that this is the most important thing.
They're also releasing promotional stuff like, listen to what Mike Tyson says, and he's like, my kids think I'm nobody, but after this fight, they'll see.
Yeah, it sounds so canned.
And then I was like, your kids think you're nobody.
No.
Like, why would you say that? Like, he just
don't say that. That's not true.
Like, I don't think your kids think you're nobody. And then you fighting Jake Paul is going to be...
That's the story. That's the narrative.
Yeah. We have some opinions in the chat room. SJ says, I hope this fight is the final straw for content boxing. I mean, content boxing is...
I was telling Tom and Dan before the show, I think they bring back celebrity boxing. Old school celebrity boxing, but not with athletes, with people who have no business being in a boxing ring. That's when it was the most fun.
It was. But now, because of CTE and everybody don't hurt your brain.
Here's another
I think
theory.
No celebrities want to be involved with
Here's another theory that goes along with your theory. I've been seeing way too much WWE in this fight, so I think Tyson is going to destroy Paul. Then Logan goes and joins his brother in the WWE. Then Jake would go and then join Logan.
Yeah, I
mean, this would be his last fight or whatever.
I mean, I can definitely see them tagging. I mean, Logan Paul is straight destroying in WWE. He also is, and I think there's people in the chat room that will agree with me, he's also a very good wrestler. He's a great athlete. And when he wrestles and it's fake, and he talks good because he's naturally a jerk. So I think he's good for wrestling.
If you were writing it out and scripting it, and they all were like, what's the best case scenario? I think Jake Paul would agree, me getting knocked out by Tyson isn't going to really hurt my boxing career or my reputation.
Correct.
And it'll be the most entertaining and
it'll be the most
believable,
viral clip. Think about the Mike Tyson.
But what if he knocked out Tyson? You don't think that would be more viral?
Yes, it would be viral, but I can't see Tyson agreeing to that. Plus, I don't see, I think Jake Paul's I would think that maybe
Some people were alluding to the fact that he possibly this is his passing down the torch, which I don't know their relationship like that, so I don't know if that's even a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it's be passing the torch to somebody that hasn't done what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's not throwing shade at a guy who has obviously a more legitimate boxing career than I do. But I'm just saying, if you compare Tyson in the boxing,
why would he choose that person?
He wouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't think he would. So that goes back to kind of what Tom is saying. But I've heard that one as well.
Yeah,
exactly what you're saying.
Now, my favorite bet is for the fight to go past 4.5 rounds. And you could find it in a lot of books.
You got money on this?
I do got money.
Okay.
Which I'll be watching.
Do they have side bets like they do in the Super Bowl for fights like this?
Oh,
what song will they walk out to? No, nothing like that.
Prop bets. No, they don't have as much of that. But you can bet on what the version of winning is. Is it going to be Paul by decision, by knockout? All this stuff. You can bet which round.
Regular MMA.
Every bet.
I mean, if you think about it, if Jake really does care about boxing like he says he does, there's a play where just getting to the point where you get to put on a spectacle with Tyson is doing more for boxing than most people have.
For sure.
So you could get to that point and then just have Tyson knock you out. And I don't think it hurts you at all because you can look at any other boxer that says you're a fakeo or whatever you want to say and be like, you didn't fight Tyson. You didn't do
you never
that.
got in the ring.
I mean, so I did that, and then he can go, and then I think he can just go about his merry way in anything he wants to do. You want to continue boxing? Do it.
Yeah.
You want to do wrestling? Do it. It's a nothing. It just makes you look. It actually ends up making you look cooler. It wins over guys like me that don't like you if Tyson knocks you out.
So sprinkle some money on a Tyson knockout on the 5th or 6th round, because I think if it is scripted and it is planned, then that would be the best case scenario for the fight to go, because there's only a 7-round fight, so the fight to go into the later rounds and then end in a fantastic fashion like that. Now, if it's a regular real fight, it's going to be boring. But I am now fascinated with.
So you're gonna watch?
What are they gonna do?
You watching live?
He can't. He can't watch.
I'm going to a concert with Crystal when the fight's happening.
God, this is worst case scenario for you. You have money on the line, and you have to go sit through a concert and pretend like you care.
No, it's
I have
not even a
Netflix
concert
on my phone.
but it's not a loud concert. You're not going to be able to be. You're going to have to turn sound off,
Or have
and
an
you're gonna
earbud
be,
in,
you're-
and then
you're
your
gonna
wife's
be
really gonna be
blasting,
mad.
and you're going to be holding your phone, looking at it while the Avid
You're
brothers
gonna
are
be like, "Fuck," 'cause you
the
lost
Avid brothers
money.
are up there singing like a romantic song.
I've thought about this. I am going to go. I'm going
You
to
need
tell
a cowboy
Crystal.
hat and put your phone in front of your cowboy hat.
I'm going to tell Crystal. I'm like, I got some
I
sort
got
of.
doo-doo Chris.
And then I'll just go.
That hot dog.
And because
At the amphitheater.
I got the Tyson diarrhea.
you know, with the when you go to the bathroom at a concert, there's long waits sometimes. I can
Especially
go,
for ladies, yeah.
I can go and just hide somewhere and watch
You can hide somewhere.
because I know.
Where
She
you
has
gonna-
GPS on your phone, dog.
Where are you going to hide? Yeah, she knows where you are at all times. She's
She
like,
sees
"You've
your
been-
little dot move.
Yeah, you've been standing next to the merge table for 20 minutes.
Anyway, we'll see what happens.
You're gonna
I'll
try
text you.
and sneak watch it.
So
okay?
Sam,
Yeah.
I want to talk about this concert that got canceled. So which one was it?
Oh, the one last night. It was a Christmas party.
Were you all dressed
concert.
for Christmas?
We were. We
That
were all
sucks.
dressed up.
That makes me
in
sad.
Christmas gear.
So you showed up, and then they told you after you showed up that it's been canceled.
Yeah, we went to shitty downtown Orlando.
All right.
Where the shooting just happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm familiar.
brave.
And it's a Wednesday night, but because there are multiple events and a Magic game and everything happening downtown,
Go Magic.
parking's insane.
Yeah.
So trying to find parking was a nightmare. Then finally paying to park, walk all the way down to the old Dr. Phillips Center, go to the box office, and they're like, what show are you here to see? And we tell them, and they're like, oh yeah, that one just got canceled. And I look at her and I go, you mean just now got canceled? And she said, yeah, it got canceled because... Why did it get canceled? Oh, yeah, unforeseen circumstances. And I was like,
Oh, you had to,
that's
you had to
bizarre.
ask somebody
She
to
had
clarify
to ask
that?
somebody. That's what I mean.
Unforeseen.
This is also why I was like a little skeptical at
What do
first.
they call that again?
Because I was like, wait a minute. The doors opened 30 minutes ago. The show starts in 30 minutes. They had a VIP meet and greet.
Right.
How did it just now get canceled? Did they do the meet and greet? Like, what the fuck happened?
I mean, it was a big show. I knew about the
Yeah.
show. I mean, it wasn't.
That's odd.
No,
I've
this
never
has been
heard
happening a lot. Like a lot
Day of,
yeah.
Hey, like
Dude,
30 minutes
A
before
lot
the
of
show
concerts.
starts.
I've been hearing people that like go to the show. Casey Musgraves did it in like Toronto.
Morgan
Where, like,
Wallen does it all the time.
Yeah, like everybody was in there. They're ready to go, and it was like 30 minutes. Right, like, sorry, can't do it. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
So what was the reason? Did you?
Well, later they said on their social media that Jinx Monsoon got severely ill out of nowhere and she could not perform.
That sucks.
And so they're going to try and reschedule it for another time. But their schedule is booked up. Again, it's a Christmas show.
Right.
So it's booked up all the way till the new year. And they're ending up in Canada. So I'm like, they have no real in-between dates to make it up. I don't know. It was very bizarre to me. And then I'm like, well, fuck, I've paid to park now.
Yeah.
I'm dressed like a goddamn Christmas clown. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do downtown Orlando November 15th or whatever the fuck the date
I will
is?
say that is something that crosses my mind whenever I dress up. Did you know that? That gives me anxiety. Like when I dress up, sometimes
Like, is
I
this
think-
for nothing?
Yeah, like it
And
might-
I was in high heels. My feet are killing me. Oh,
that sucks.
nightmare.
Also, sounds like bullshit because
It does sound
That's
like
what I thought
bullshit.
at first.
Who in your lifetime have you ever seen someone get sick immediately out of nowhere?
Unless it's food poisoning that,
yeah.
you know what I'm
and
saying?
that's kind of rare. Food poisoning is
It
way
is
more
rare, but
than.
it's not to say it didn't happen.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
Isn't food poisoning the number one thing that you say when you just don't want to do shit?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
just like,
I was like, call
I've
into
got-
work with
yeah,
food
I'm
poisoning.
like, I got food poisoning
Yeah.
because everybody's like, well, it could be anything, you know.
Immediately, I was like, maybe somebody rolled an ankle,
Yeah.
or something. Because it's like, did they have the meet and greet? Like, nothing was announced about the meet and greet being canceled. I don't know.
I usually like to go ham on them canceling, and then I find out that maybe one of the performers' fathers passed away, and then I'm like, well, still mad.
You saw Alfonso Ribeiro twisted his ankle at Magic Kingdom, right?
I did not. Oh my God, what was he doing?
He tripped on the damn trolley tracks in Magic Kingdom. They
Alfonso.
did the holiday special filming last weekend out at Disney.
Hey, Alfonso.
And I think they did a Dancing with the Stars filming as well. So he was out there and he tripped in that. Everybody does. Everybody falls in that damn trolley track and twists their
The
ankle.
trolley
I'm surprised
is
that
a
they haven't been
dated-
sued.
Dude, I said that too. I was like, I don't know how. Every single person I know that's walked down Main Street has at least fallen in that track.
And the
once.
trolley is a
They barely use
dated-
it.
It's a dated type of technology, right?
Yeah.
not even
but
impressive.
But that's like, the essence of Main Street.
It
get on the
is.
trolley. But they don't use it often.
No, they don't. But if you take it away, I would be like, oh, why are they taking it?
Right.
You don't want to be taking everything
But
away.
goddamn, I see everybody get their strollers caught in that shit.
The stroller is
like
terrible.
little kids falling in it.
If I know the law, this will definitely happen. They'll take that Alfonso Ribeiro.
They put him in a wheelchair after this.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
He was really hamming it up.
Once someone twists their ankle in the future, that will be used as evidence as like Disney World is liable for a lawsuit because they knew that this was a problem.
And you didn't fix it.
Alfonso Ribeiro even did it,
Yeah.
and they didn't do nothing to fix it.
Beloved
Nope.
Carlton twisted his ankle here.
This will be the end of that trolley. I guarantee.
so?
Yeah. Because Disney World doesn't want to have lawsuits, and because now that they set a precedent.
Yeah, but they already pay old Alfonso.
That's true.
You know what I mean? He's on the team. He's on the mouse team.
It doesn't matter. It matters that it's now public knowledge.
People saw it happen.
And then that everybody knows, like the Disney knows this is a problem, and they didn't fix it, and someone else twists their ankle. That's how lawsuits are won.
Yeah,
is that they did not fix a problem that they knew about.
Can you ride on that trolley, or is it just for cast members?
I don't know. I
think the only time I've seen it, they were using it, and they were just like the Dapper Dans were on there or something singing, and it just like goes around, but it's not used a lot.
Yeah. Have you ever been on a real trolley in
San Francisco,
or any there's other trolleys in other places? I think isn't there a trolley in St. Augustine? Or is it on wheels?
No, those are little. Those are like
it's kind of like a bus, but they dress it up to look like a trolley.
It's like a lawnmower with cars, and you get in it, and they drive you around.
I mean, technically, I guess I was using them in Ireland. They have trolleys.
All right. When you're on it, you're like, not that good.
Yeah, I mean,
slow.
It's kind of like a bus with metal wheels on tracks.
It's like an open one-car train that just kind of drives around.
Yeah,
right?
you can only, you can only stay on the tracks. It can't go where it wants.
Do the
so
San Francisco ones,
good.
don't they go down those big hills? Do they haul ass down those hills?
I don't know. Do they have to like hit the brakes and there's sparks flying?
Yeah, that's what I want.
I'm sure you would think that if something like the brakes failed, like it would be a runaway trolley.
I do like a lever brake, like a big wooden lever brake.
Cartoon style.
I like that.
So I saw on Facebook, Sam, that you were dressed
this could be anything.
as some medieval or
I thought, honestly,
Renaissance fair
I
type.
thought it was a last minute Halloween, like you were like, later, Graham.
Well, I am going to be reusing a lot of that because I got a lot of my costumes this year from Fair Villa.
Yes.
So because they're quality costumes and I got some that were already put together as a costume. Like, I don't know if you guys saw my Ursula costume.
That was a good one.
Sea Royalty.
Sea Royalty.
Or
Witch.
Sea Witch.
Yeah.
But it was basically Ursula.
But she had inflatable tentacles that, like, kind of...
And they had
cool.
strings so that when you picked up your arms, the tentacles came up. Anyway.
That's dope.
But I did one where I pieced out different pieces. So I got this big elaborate top hat. I got this corset. And I was going to, because I also dress up sometimes like cosplay for Disney or Disney Bound.
Yeah. I thought you looked like a Mad Hatter.
I was going for Dr. Facilier.
Okay.
So I ended up putting like the red band and I attached a purple feather to it. This will be a whole other costume later on. But I ended up using it for a Ren Fair that we had bought tickets for because I'm like, this will kind of, everybody's wearing corsets at, there's top hats out there, right? I don't know. I've only been to a Ren Fair once and I was like 18.
I think you can do anything at the Ren Fair.
Yeah, trust me, I was fitting in perfectly fine there. People were dressed up as all kinds of shit.
You kind of look like Stevie Nicks. Kind of had like a Stevie Nicks vibe going on. Like
somebody said Aerosmith, and I'm like, I don't even have scarves.
No. You look. I saw like Stevie Nicks. Like I saw a little bit of like.
Trav had on a leather vest and tight.
He looked like
jeans.
You know what he looked like to me?
Burgundy
he looked
jeans.
like one of the Peter Pan's buddies.
Oh, Lost Boy?
He looked like a Lost Boy. He had like a leather
Chris
top.
Crespo said he looked like he was from the movie The Warriors.
Yeah, I could see
I
Warriors.
could see that for sure with the
I could
headband
definitely
too.
see Warriors.
The last time I went to a Renaissance fair, I was a kid.
And you begged your mom for that necklace.
Oh, you should go, man. People get lit.
Yeah, that's the first time I smelled
And they
weed.
fight.
Beer. They fight?
Yes.
What are the nerds fighting about?
No, they
fight.
LARP.
They
jousting.
But they have like
pretend fight.
Well, they have like wooden and styrofoam weapons, and they joust, and they have shields, and they hit the shit out of each other.
So
our girl Pig Tits Christine, formerly known,
She's now.
It's just Christine, I think.
Just Christine, yeah.
She was one of the people that I was there with, and she fought a carny, basically. A medieval carny.
She'll always be pig tits to me. I cannot change it.
Be pig tits.
I'll die with you pig tits.
Whoa!
I'm
She
just
can
saying,
LARP in a field. She can wear the
Not my pig tits.
I cannot change that. Once you're known by something,
That's
I cannot
true.
change
Exactly.
it. So where
Make
was
Christine
the?
pig tits again.
This was Lady of the Lakes. This was in Tavares.
Does it cost money to get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like $20, I think.
God damn.
What's there, like at the fair, besides some LARPing? And is that
Weed. A lot of weed.
A lot of weed, a lot of mushrooms.
Did you smell a lot of weed around there?
Not really, to be honest.
I remember being around those people as a young boy, and that was like
It was very family friendly.
first time I smelled weed.
A lot of different vendors selling their wares and whatnot. They had different shows going on. They had a stand-up comedy show. They had different plays going on. They had people teaching you how to do archery. They had axe throwing. I mean, they had all kinds of stuff.
This is like a lo-fi carnival, right?
Yes.
So it's like...
I mean, this one's like pretty grand.
No, I mean, like, they don't... It's like going to the fair, except most things are going to be human-powered.
Yes.
So that's...
But they
so
had like a
these are-
human hamster wheel.
So they're still like carnival people is my point. It's
Yeah.
like, these are...
traveling vagabonds.
Correct.
Yeah.
But this is also in the Venn diagram of cosplay, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
the
Oh,
people
man.
I think it's dead
The
in there.
people that they have auditions for this. This one's a very big one. I think it goes on for a full month.
Well, they have
I
a
could
king
be
and
wrong on
queen
that.
for this
Yes.
one. Yeah, I'm familiar.
There's a whole plot that happens every year.
Yeah, they have like specific seating
There's
for like the
missions.
court. And then, there's missions. And then certain actors that have tried out to be, let's say you try out to be one of the king's knights.
Okay.
Then you're on one particular side, and it's almost like you're playing that role for the weekend or for the month.
And they stay in character.
The entire time?
The entire time. Well, as I'm saying, the one guy that I don't even know what you call him. He was basically trying to sell...
Carnival
It would
person.
be like a dunk tank scenario where they're basically roasting you as you walk by, talking shit about how much of a pussy you are because you're not fighting them. That kind of thing.
All right.
And they're pretty aggressive. And so somehow they got our friend...
Hey, you there, cocknose!
to like get a bunch of them to fight him, and he was serious the entire time. He never broke character, not one time.
Do they have dirt on their faces?
I mean, yeah, just because it's the whole ground is dirt,
Yeah.
so everyone's kicking up dirt, just walking around in their goddamn
I like that.
let's
That
talk
checks
about
out. They're-
Renaissance boots.
People were very dirty.
There were
back then.
elves. There were different kind of creatures
Did you
out
see
there.
any Star Wars, and you're like, get the fuck out of here.
No, I did see some links from Zelda.
No, get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
So when they're LARPing, because
Mm-hmm.
I saw LARPing happen one time at a park where he took the boys to a park, and I'm like, oh my God, these people are LARPing over
God,
there.
these
I wonder
nerds.
if Tommy would be into it.
And no.
Doesn't he have a? Doesn't he LARP with his dummy?
No, I'm never gonna over my dead body. I'm not gonna let him
Be a LARPer?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going out. Me and my dummy are going out into the field to fight, pretend fight.
Unless he really loves it, and
Yeah.
then I'll just start doing it with him.
Yes.
I'm too weak to
Yeah.
force my kids to do things they don't want to do.
Yeah.
And then, or like if they love something, I'll just be like, I'll do it with
Fine.
you.
Yeah.
But when I
What
saw
are you going
them,
to do when they tell you they want to do it, but not with you?
Well, that's where I draw the line. I'm like, you can do it, but I have to be there, like drinking beer in the 80s.
You should show him the movie Role Models.
Is Vince Vaughn in there? Role models?
I don't think Vince Vaughn was in that one.
I forget that movie. That they have a LARPing
Yeah,
scene.
it's all
in that.
about LARPing.
Yeah.
Stifler?
Yeah, Stifler was in there, wasn't he?
You know, I've never LARPed. I've never.
So my question being is,
What are the rules?
They talk to you like "Good morrow," like when you're walking in, and they talk to you like that the entire day. Everybody
That would get it.
except for the people that are slinging like the chicken fingers and stuff. They don't give a
Yeah,
damn.
well, those are-
Cash only, baby. Cash
those are
only. The lines for the
old-
ATM are
Those
long,
are old
long.
white trash grandmas.
And their children. They have their children
Yeah.
running.
yeah, they're
The
That
fryers.
lady that's been serving those chicken tenders has been doing that for 17 years there.
Yeah.
That's a sweet gig.
She'll
dude.
die. She'll die doing those chicken fingers.
And then she'll put like a little Renaissance bow in her hair. But
Yeah,
that's
she ain't gonna call
No,
you the
no.
Black Knight. You know, you're like, oh, I've asked what type of chicken fingers. Like, what do you fucking want? Just order something.
So when they're LARPing, and then I saw some people like they'll get hit in the arm, and
then you have to pretend like
and
your
then
arm is
pretend
chopped.
like
Yes.
their arm
Yep.
is chopped off. But then other people will like not immediately play by the exact rules.
Right, I feel like that's you. I feel like you'd be like, oh, you didn't get me.
You
barely brushed my skin.
like this isn't a cutting off
then
my
you're an
arm.
asshole if you do that.
Just barely cut it.
Like, I had a force shield.
Oh my
You're one of those
God.
guys.
So
yeah,
then,
moving the goalpost every time.
and then someone have like a spear with a tennis ball at the end of it, and then other
Was this what you saw?
I saw
okay.
I saw this at the park, and they were doing it
Okay.
just for
I have seen
Sunday
Arrow with a
fun.
tennis
Yeah,
ball.
funsies.
Yeah, and
they do it over here at Blue Jacket, dude.
Yeah, no, I know, and it's so bizarre
It's
to me
all the time.
because then I'm like, is this fun?
Yeah.
I mean,
It was pretty fun to watch.
To me,
I'll
it's
tell
fun
you.
for children, I feel like. But
That's what
I
I thought.
can't. But I honestly can't do that and think about paying taxes and eating pussy. I can't. I can't think about like.
Well, you don't think about them at the same time.
No, but I can't think about like, oh, I wonder how much my property taxes are, and then my wife, and then go out there.
You do that to not think about that shit. You got to have some kind of release that's whimsical, because goddamn, this world sucks. Holy smokes!
And I totally understand that. Like
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, well, that's subjective. You're a fucking idiot, Tom. But like, fun is subjective. Like you're doing your stupid plans, getting high, running around like an idiot.
I love getting high.
Like that's not fun. As a plans and running, that's the
I'd
opposite
say
of
that's
fun.
not fun. Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm not doing it for fun. They're like, what do you do for fun? Nothing. Like every adult. And then I get sad because I'm like, well, these adults are having fun.
True.
And I'm like, so what am I
There's
missing?
plenty of
What-
adults having fun, man.
What are the rules for LARPing? Like, did you pick up
I don't know.
any of them?
I'm not a true LARPer.
Did you LARP at all?
I did not. I filmed everybody else LARPing. I was not getting. I was not going against that guy. He was good.
What did Travis think of the LARPing? Because he's grumpy. What did he think?
He was a fan.
He was a fan of it.
Yeah.
All right. I think watching people that know what they're doing might be better than just watching a bunch of nerds flop around over here at Blue Jacket. You know, like if they're all in the outfit.
and they're talking shit and they're in character. I don't know.
Plus the guys that
It's
are
not
in the
for everyone,
armor,
for
they're
sure.
really hitting each other.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, how do they? Like, I guess they have a
I don't know, yeah.
point structure of some sort that they do.
It's weird because I can't pretend in front of other adults. Like when my
You
kids
can do it in here sometimes. We'll get into a scenario
It's because
where
you're so afraid of being embarrassed.
No, yeah, it's
Yeah.
the worst. Have you ever been embarrassed?
Yeah,
at home?
oh, every day that I worked on the show.
You leave your underwear. People are
You
like, "That's a
brought
whole-"
them out to put them
they're
on the
sitting right
desk.
there. They've
I'm
been
looking
sitting
at them
there
right
the whole
now.
time.
You're not
No,
that embarrassed
I can
about that.
smell it from here. They smell like Rin Fair chicken fingers.
And then so it's like the person stabs me, and I'm like, oh, and then I fall down. And
I
then,
can see your silver underwear. You're like
And then I'm
mad.
like, how long is
Which
am
is
I supposed to
crazy
do
because
this?
you verbally play along to scenarios all the time here.
All the time.
And it's the same as an actor would do, like a Tom
exactly.
Cruise.
Well,
who's
so
a-
why are you so up in
Just
your head
picture
about it,
yourself as
bro?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but they're getting paid, and these guys are doing it for nothing. And that's
Yeah, but they
what-
didn't always get paid to do it, right? They had to
No.
start somewhere
They
because
did.
they enjoy doing
They
it.
started with fun, and they worked their
Yeah.
way to a position of,
Yeah, but the LARPing.
And
there's-
you play Monster with your boys. That's fun for you.
you don't pretend with your sons?
Not
Well, that-
anymore. They got aged out of pretend.
Oh, that's
Oh, wow.
sad.
Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah, I still pretend.
And then they aged out of it.
Oh, man, this morning, me and Maisie were pretending that our dog Dansby was writing a Christmas list.
So if you pretended to go home, if you went home today and pretended to be Monster and chased them
Oh,
around,
they'd
they
do
would be
it.
like,
I tried.
"Dad, leave me alone." Or
I tried the other day with
Oh,
Tommy.
this is sad. I don't even.
I apologize.
I don't even want to hear about the day that the day that
The
they grew up.
day.
Yeah, the day that they looked and they're like, "You're not a monster.
Imagination
You're our dad." And they turned their back on you.
idiot,
The other day,
monsters aren't real.
like
Yeah,
the
pretending,
Oh.
pretending sucks.
like
Titties are babies.
the boys got out of the shower. They still shower
Together?
Yeah.
Well, they need to get it. You know what? They need to age the fuck out of that. Is what they need to age out of. Holy smokes!
Well, it's the only thing that I'm holding on to that used to do
Isn't
when
Tommy
they were
like in
two.
puberty right now?
Not yet.
Tommy's got pubes there.
That's
He works
what I
at
was
Best Buy. Tommy's got a shift at Best Buy. He still showers with his little brother.
What is going on over there?
So Tommy got out, and then I was doing the move where I'm like just drying his hair with the towel.
I'm not even allowed into. I am not even allowed into
can't
Maisie's
dry his
room.
hair.
Oh,
when
girls,
you shower.
boys. I still get fully nude in front of them. I also shave my pubes off, which is now I'm like, I wonder if they look at that and are like, what the fuck?
Dad shaves so he can look like us.
Because their mom doesn't. And I'm telling Crystal, I'm like, dude, shave your pubes. So we're both the same.
What is happening at this household?
This guy's a goddamn mess.
You tell your wife she has to shave her pubes so that your sons will
you
see.
You waited till Sam came in to tell the story. You waited until Sam came in to say that you demand that your wife shaves your pubes so she looks like a ne'er-do-well like you because you bick them with baby oil?
So anyway, I'm rubbing Tommy's head with a towel, and then I'm walking, and then
that's the same towel I use on my pubes, boy.
And then I started getting sentimental, and then I was like, hey, remember
one day you'll get pubes.
I was like, remember we used to wrestle after showers, and we used to play the bull, and we.
You guys want to up for some naked wrestling like we used to do? Well, come on. Who's up for some pecker slapping?
And then I was like, remember when I used to swing you around with the bath towel, and they're like, and Tommy's like, oh yeah, let's do that now. So I was like, all right, let's get the towel. So then
now he's huge, tall and lanky.
You're trying to swing a naked old man.
You're gonna hit his head on the door frame.
So what I do is I put the towel around his chest, right, and ball it up behind his chest where I can hold it.
Yeah.
And then he goes limp. And then when they were tiny kids, when like 2 and 3, I used to take them and swing them around, like using the towel, holding them. And they
it's amazing they weren't hurt more.
It's like a harness.
yeah, the harness. And so I put Tommy in there, and then he's like ding dong's out. And then so I put him, and then I started
throw underwear on the kid,
swinging him around, and his long ass, he's long. He's
knocking
he's all sticks.
His forehead is up to my nose at this time, and then he's
swinging around LeBron James. Like, what the
Brawny.
fuck? And he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Stick bug. He's so long, and then his feet are knocking over all the shit, his books on the shelves, and then his feet hit the door, and then I'm
all
like,
because the daddy wanted to go
relive
back.
his memories.
A little naked nostalgia.
And then I'm like, you're too big to swing around, and he's like, yeah, it's too big, Dad. And then I'm like,
maybe we shouldn't do that.
Crush me.
Yeah.
It's
like, well, you tried, Dad. I love you.
And then you're like, you want to ride me like the bull?
Whoa! My husband said that last night.
Yeah.
After my Christmas concert got canceled.
You want to jump on? You put your balls on Daddy's back and let's take a lap around the house.
And then I got it on all fours.
Wait,
huh?
Naked?
Yeah, naked. They were like they used to
dirty
do the
buttholes on you?
Putting his balls right under your spine.
And then they got on me.
Y'all need some boundaries at the Van household.
And then Tommy's long legs touched the floor flat-footed. And then I'm trying to buck.
His boulders dangling on your back.
It's not like it was when you were.
It's out of control.
And then I'm
no,
like,
it is not like it was.
And then we got upside, and then we're like, all right, I guess that's.
That time has passed.
It is today.
I'm just gonna go and watch football now.
All right, good talk.
yeah.
I'll never wash my back.
And then their childhood innocence is gone.
All right.
Anyway,
I don't get to do any of that.
Yeah, at least you got some monster time, right?
You did get a little monster
but
time.
I want it back. It's over.
I guess you're gonna have to undo that old snipperoo there, buddy.
Well, I thought about it.
You did
recently, yeah. Because
my God, I was joking.
I started looking at the rest of my life, and
you're like, what else is there to live for?
yeah. I was like,
how did I know?
The kids leave. I'm gonna be with the crow now by herself.
Just me and the crow.
Yeah, what the hell are we gonna talk about? Then I was like, maybe we'll have another kid.
Concerts every weekend.
Oh God, I don't even like. So I was like, they're not gonna be living with me and this old lady living in a house by herselves.
Oh man,
get some more kids.
You want to take a little break, honey?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get over here to get this music. This thing is giving me
when you got the plug, Tom.
Yeah.
There's something you got to plug there.
Plug me something, buddy.
Well, History After Darks happened in November 21st. That's next Thursday, and that's going to be at the Orange County Regional History Center. It's free. It's part of the Third Thursday free events that they have.
Yeah,
and
I'm going to do that sometime.
You can just walk around and drink because now they have. That's why it's like History After Dark. They do like the Science Center where they serve beer and cocktails and stuff, and you can just order beer and drinks and alcoholic beverages. It's for adults only, and just walk around the History Center and drink and look at a cool history exhibit.
I actually went to a wedding at the History Center one time, and it was the same setup with a bar, and you just got to walk around and do everything. And trust me, it's a lot more fun when you can just kind of do it at your own pace with a beer. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
The name of the band is Bike Routes. The name of the song is You Want It, You Got It. We'll be right back with more. A mediocre time with Tom and Dan right after this.
On the dashboard, don't you hate when you get what you asked for? It's a necessary.
everybody probably heard recreational marijuana use didn't pass in Florida.
It's too stinky. We don't want to smell it. It's smelling it everywhere. I can smell it right now.
Didn't matter to me because I've been going to the store and getting THC as much as I want for years now.
You know why I smell it? Because I have it. My pockets are lined with it. Yeah, man. Bud Docs. That's really all you need to know is our good friend Dr. Shenlate, and he can handle, multiple locations: Lake Mary, Hunters Creek, Tampa, Melbourne. You go online. You do it all online. You only have to see him in person the first visit. Then the rest of the time, you're doing telemedicine.
Oh, it's super
easy. He makes it even easier for you to shop because he does this thing called Bud Deals, where he lines up all of the greatest deals at all the dispensaries. Transfer patients, $99. Existing patients, $125. New patients, $175. And trust me, that will save you some coin.
Yeah, we're talking if you've never gotten your medical marijuana license, same-day appointments are available at buddocs.org. You can go there, grab a same-day appointment, and when you leave Dr. Shenlate's office, which is really nice, and it's a nice area, and all his offices are super nice. And when you leave there, you could literally go to a dispensary with the email he gives you same day.
Yeah.
So if you're like, hey, it's a Saturday, let's see if there's any appointments, you can get same-day appointments, and then he'll go over all the Bud deals because there are tons of dispensaries that offer first-time customer
50%
half off,
60% off.
You can hit each one and get a ridiculous amount of THC for a long time just by using his Bud deals. And Daniel's right. You only have to see him one time in person.
Yep.
The rest are telemedicine. Appointments are super easy. It's buddocs.org.
Welcome back to a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch doing news and other things is our very good friend from the Semantics Podcast, Samantha Hart.
Hello.
So Sam brought some stories to talk about.
I have a theme for her.
Which is funny because right before...
I do have a theme for her.
Oh, okay.
Ready? All right,
No.
Sam, here is your theme.
I say hawk, you say tua. Hawk, tua. Hawk, tua.
There you go.
Who was that?
That's my son Max. So
Yeah,
they were chanting that in school the other day.
I saved that. I couldn't get rid of it. It was
Yeah.
too cute. I couldn't get rid of it. And it just, there you go. On a whim.
No rules at the Van House.
If you haven't heard that one, they run it hot.
That's in the school. That's in school.
They teach them that in school?
I'm just going to tell you,
with the other kids.
if I were riding my dad,
Do they know what it means?
If I were riding my dad bareback, I would scream.
I say hawk, you say
Tua.
tua.
Hawk.
Tua. Hawk, tua.
Balls on his back, right? I'd be riding my dad around the house screaming that.
Too afraid to
We
ask
learned
them
too much.
if they know what that means. And they may know that it means like spitting on your pee-pee, I think. Maybe.
But they don't
know why you're spitting
exactly.
on the pee-pee.
Yeah.
Why would anybody spit on your pee-pee?
I actually-
Some kid's going to tell them. Some kid's going to
kid is
tell
gonna
them.
tell him.
I actually don't even know why.
I was like, I like a dry. I like it.
I'm too afraid to ask him because I don't know the answer.
I like a dry like a piece of old lumber, like rough cut wood.
I like a good psoriasis pee-pee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like a
Flaky.
scaly. I got flaky scaly. All right.
All right, so Sam, what
How do we transition?
What's going on, Sammy?
What's going on? What? Who the fuck is Sammy?
Andrea hadn't heard the hug to it thing. I think it blew her wig
Oh,
off.
yeah. We played that on a BDM show a couple of weeks ago, I think.
All right.
All right, this story I talked about earlier this week. There was a kayaker in Wisconsin who went missing back on August 11th in Green Lake County in Wisconsin. And turns out, they thought he maybe passed away because he had texted his wife saying that he was coming back pretty soon from his kayak trip. However, he never returned.
Oh, I always think about that. When I texted Andrea, like, I'm on my way back, I always think about, like, what if I just made a right here instead of making a left?
Never returned? Nowadays, it's so hard to disappear.
I can't. My car,
this guy did it. This guy disappeared. They found his kayak overturned. He left his life jacket, his wallet, his fishing pole. They found that
his
tackle
car
box.
in the
Car
parking
was
lot.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
So they just assumed this is the best way to fake a death.
They had a team go out, a search team. Not only cops were out there searching the waters, but they hired a rescue team who volunteered to do it with using sonar equipment and a remote operated vehicle, which is basically a drone underwater with lights, cameras. They could not find any evidence of any body in this lake.
Okay.
But so they're like, after 23 days of searching, they're like, we need to look other avenues. There's no body in this lake, so something else happened here. And then they found out that this man's passport was run by the Canadian law enforcement the day after he went missing, which then led them back to his house, searched his house and everything, and they found out that he did take out a life insurance policy back in January, $375,000 life insurance policy.
Wow.
He claimed back in March that he had lost his passport, so he got a new passport. They did find his old passport in the house. They found out that he had replaced his computer's hard drive. He had erased his browser history the day he disappeared. And he also had moved money to foreign banks. Whoa. And they found him in communication with a woman from Uzbekistan, and that's where they think he was headed.
Interesting.
So they think he left his wife and 3 children. He has 3 children and a wife.
This is what I've always wanted to do.
He left her, went to Canada, has been talking to some lady in Uzbekistan, and they don't know where he's at.
Could be a dude in Uzbekistan. Like
They say a woman, so they say they've recovered however they were in contact. Yeah, it could be a catfish. I have no idea.
What I was thinking, you know?
I don't know.
Now, I wonder who got the life insurance? If the wife
that was the gift to the wife to start the new life.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah, that's what I would do.
Guys do this all the time.
I'm not a piece of shit. I'm gonna leave Andrea and Maisie set up for life.
Money,
Right.
I just want out of here.
I just want out of here because I know
this sounds pretty good.
I'm poisonous for them.
I mean, how
You let your children think you die? And then have to mourn your death?
I full-on plan to reconnect later.
Yes. And then
this is why we're in business together.
Yeah, just like Castaway.
Yes.
Like you wander up down the dirt road.
She's like, did you hear about the Jacksonville Jaguars? They had undefeated their inaugural season.
And then your family started, wife remarried and stuff. And then you always do that move where you're you're sitting in your car watching your family with the new husband.
Creepy. It is creepy, but you do it.
Yeah, and you're like, they're good.
And you watch it way too long. Like he's pushing the daughter on a swing, and you're like, that could have been me. And for a split second, you think about going over there and killing him.
So what's interesting about all this is the fact that he obviously thought this out.
Oh, yeah. He's been planning this for a while.
But didn't plan...
Typical kayaker.
But
no, they all are like this. They're all methodical, your kayakers.
Because I don't know, and I'm sure the internet, and you got to be careful nowadays because you now they can search your search results. So it's
Andrea said she does not want me in her life if I fake my own death.
Damn.
I didn't say I was going to come back to you. I'm coming back to Maisie. God damn. Listen for once. Open your fucking ears, lady.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's why I left you.
Exactly.
That's why you
in my fantasy.
Fucking bitch can't listen. You never listen to me. Okay.
So you think about all these details, but you didn't think about the fact that they could trace the fact that you used your passport to get into a different country?
Maybe he did, but then he's like, well, I'm gone, so who cares? Because it's true. They have no idea where he's at.
But
they believe he's in Eastern Europe, but they have no idea where he is.
But they won't pay your life insurance, though. The insurance won't pay.
Well, I mean,
so then you fucked your wife.
Well, yeah, then you did. Hey, collateral damage.
Yeah, like, hey, I tried.
Collateral
These
damage.
guys will justify anything. He's trying to abandon his family.
I tried, but I could.
I tried to leave you money.
If I know the internet the way I think I know the internet, just like an old lady bus driver that was made fun of, they'll set up a GoFundMe for this lady, and she'll get more than $300,000. She's fine.
Because you why not go into Mexico?
Well, monetarily, she's fine. I think she's probably devastated emotionally and mentally, but
I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Did you
get some therapy with that money?
And I may be misremembering.
It was a loveless marriage. We were roommates.
But I think this is an accurate memory. When I walked across the border into Tijuana with my buddies, it was just a gigantic revolving metal. You know those things that are like you can go one way, you can't go the other way. It's like
a stanchion.
The metal bar,
that rotates.
Revolving door.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
and that was the old
turnstile type thing.
And then you're in Mexico. You didn't show I didn't have a passport back then. I didn't have I had a driver's license, but I don't believe I showed anybody anything. I just walked through the revolving door, and then I was in Mexico.
That sounds insane and illegal, but I cannot verify that or not.
Yeah, I think I don't remember showing any Mexican authority any sort of
anything
ID
or anything.
Now coming back into the United States, there's a whole
maybe that's okay. That could be true. They may not care if you
Yeah, like
leave.
Mexico doesn't
like,
pay.
we just don't want you to come back inside. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Like so, but Canada.
A lot of people do flee to Mexico.
And
nice.
And there's no like digital record of you going into there.
Well,
and,
maybe now in 2024. I don't know.
Yeah. This was.
And it also, I think it depends on where you go,
2002?
like what area you're going into too. I think it changes depending on what area you're at.
And I think in Canada, there's lots of woods that you could probably just walk through the woods
Yeah,
into
I saw
Canada.
that on Handmaid's Tale.
Yes, I get all
I saw that episode.
Yeah. There's a bunch of woods in
Yeah.
there, and you can just
You got to
go
get around the fences. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
There's a cut in the barbed wire.
And then I think you could just why not choose something where you, because without evidence of that passport and stuff, like they couldn't. The insurance I think has to eventually pay out.
But I think you think of this as like you were talking about the passport that you left in the house.
Oh, I'm talking about the evidence that they had evidence that
he scanned the new passport.
scanned
In
Canada.
Canada.
In Canada.
Yeah.
And then that's like 100%. They're like, oh, this guy went to Canada.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
and
right.
so that is kind of like, well, you ruined it all this work of faking your death.
Typically, they
Well,
find
there's-
him though.
There's no perfect criminal, you know? They make mistakes all the time.
How much
He
trouble
overlooked that.
would he
There's a
get
lot of
in?
people that, end up taking their lives and plan on it. And they take out an insurance policy not knowing that there's a suicide clause in there. And then their family doesn't get paid out anyway.
That's
so it
the
could
worst
just, it could
clause.
just be ignorance.
That's Santa's brother. He's the worst. Suicide clause is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so.
He might have just not thought about it. You know?
Yeah, I know. Which is because everything else. And I wonder if they. Like, because the 24 days they search for this guy's body.
Yeah.
Like, with the sonar and,
yeah.
like...
You get to use all your
all
toys.
these
Wasted
people...
taxpayer dollars.
all the toys that you got.
They
though.
said they're looking into how to recoup the money from him. Dude, you're never going to hear from this guy again.
Yeah. Uzbekistan.
I think they'll find him. I think they will. They normally find everybody.
There's certain countries, though, that they don't even look, I think, and Uzbekistan...
They might not have an extradition law. I don't know.
Which is weird that, like, Diddy... or other people.
Well, Diddy was talking to Russell Simmons, who did in fact do this.
Russell Simmons?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this.
He's in Bali right now, and he claims he's retired. There's a person that was suing him for a sexual assault case is now suing him again and basically telling the courts, like, hey, you need to they dropped her case because he's like retired. He claims he's retired and not making any money off of his name, and he now lives in Bali under a retirement clause or some bullshit. And
retirement clause is one of the good clauses.
And so she is saying
suicide clause
not good.
she is saying that they need to reopen the case because he is in fact still making money off properties and brands in New York, and I think in a couple
Yeah, of
other
course
states.
Russell Simmons still making money off something.
And so she is saying that because of that, legally they should reopen her case so that she can get her payment.
I didn't know that.
Is he hiding out in there?
Yeah. There's a whole documentary on Max about it.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch that.
I think it's called For the Record.
Because I'm into watching like documentaries while I'm on the Peloton now. I watch crazy
ago.
stuff while I'm on the Peloton. Like I watched the Sweet Bobby catfish story. That was insane. Watch that one.
Didn't Russell Simmons have a reality show with his family that
He may have.
Yeah.
He did. And
It's
he
like
had
boring as hell.
He had a cell phone company called the Russell Simmons Rush Phone.
Yeah.
And then he had the
The
Russell
Rush
Simmons
Card.
Rush Card. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a lot of... That's when hip-hop was good. When hip-hop stars were making so much money, like Master P and Russell Simmons could buy very small cellular companies. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I always thought, I was like, Tom and I have this podcast thing, we'll get it going, and then we'll buy
now-
ourselves a couple cellular companies.
What's his name? Is it Ryan Reynolds? Like a cricket owner? Does he own cricket?
He just sold...
Mint Mobile.
Mint
That's what it
Mobile. I
was.
think he just sold it.
Yeah.
He flips and turns those things all the time. We got to start doing that. We got to buy little. We got to start buying little shitty like a car wash, and then make it a little better. Put some bikini girls in it and flip it.
How much is cricket? It's cheap as hell, right?
I don't know.
Because my goddamn AT&T bill, I mean, it's like
crazy.
$280
mine's
a month.
$2,800 a month.
What?
Because it's for everybody. It's like for me, Maisie,
It's
Andrea.
I'm like, God damn.
It's out of control.
I mean, we're trying to have the company pay for
And
it.
I have
around
everything
Uncle
now.
Sam.
Yeah, of course.
And I have
Business phone.
I have achieved
Cricket's-
something that you guys will never be able to achieve because you guys cut the cord. I have achieved. I am the Dr. Manhattan of all streams. I have cable, and then I have I have a cable box.
I thought you cut the cord.
Hold on a second. I have a cable box. It's coming. I have when we get our new internet. But I have a cable box, and I have digital streaming, and then I have everything you could subscribe to. I am Dr. Manhattan. I am fully aware of it. I have every stream because I have everything you guys don't have. I have cable. So if all the streaming services go down, I'm still hyper aware.
Like AI of media.
Yeah,
you can
I
get
have
it from
all the media coming to. There's no.
It's a waste. What you're describing is a waste.
You can't watch it all.
It is. I tell Andrew, I go, we have to do something. I go, we have it.
We're starting to.
We're purging.
Cut everything out.
Yeah, we are too.
Pirate everything.
We're gonna have to because I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
I have.
And everybody's going up.
I have 5 Prime accounts. I have like 5
Holy
streaming.
smokes.
I have 5
I hope you're subscribing on your Twitch channel.
I have everything. I have a Crunchyroll. I have everything. You name it. I have ESPN, ESPN Plus,
Tubi.
all of them. I have Tubi TV.
Do you have Paramount Plus?
I have Paramount Plus.
Oh.
Yeah. I got Paramount Plus. I got
It's
Hulu.
the mountain one.
I got Disney.
Okay, yeah.
On Peloton, I got Kindle. In my
Do you
car.
have Zeus, the Zeus network?
I don't.
Are you
have
watching
Zeus.
Baddies?
I don't have Zeus. I should watch Baddies though.
What's the next story?
Tearing
Sam?
apart our youth culture is what I heard.
So expensive.
So you guys know the new movie Wicked is coming out November 22nd, right?
Yes.
Well,
Where Ariana Grande plays a white person.
she is a white person.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She doesn't look like a white person.
She actually
I've never thought of her as a
pretends
white
to be
person.
herself.
I know, because of the Grande. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
you're Spanish. You're Spanish. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. You're
yeah,
Spanish.
Your last name is Ola.
Yeah.
You have to be Spanish.
If your name is Ariana Large, maybe we have a thing.
Yeah.
Well, somehow Mattel came out with some Wicked dolls, fashion dolls, but on the back of the packaging of each doll, they had the wrong website. It was supposed to be wickedmovie.com, but they actually printed wicked.com, which is a porn site, on the back of children's dolls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just went to Wicked. I can't even
The
put it
page
up.
requires users to check a box confirming they are 18 years and older. The website belonging to the actual movie, of course, is wickedmovie.com. Mattel was made aware of a misprint on the packaging of the Mattel Wicked collection dolls primarily sold in the U.S., which intended to direct customers to the official wickedmovie.com landing page. We deeply regret this unfortunate error and are taking immediate action to remedy this. I don't know how you do that.
Imagine the diarrhea of the person that's in charge of like quality control of Mattel. Like,
but there's got to be more than one, right? There has to be
there's
more
the
than
head.
one set of eyes.
In big corporations, they have a manager, and the manager's taking the sword for this one.
The little person and then the head roll. They're gone.
Yeah.
Whoever was, okay, there's somebody that was the physical person. And then somebody was like, should have been the big eyes. Mm-hmm. And the person that typed it, they're gone. And the manager is probably gone as well, I would imagine, right?
Well, the person who proofread what was about to be printed on that box, right? Because they're the one, look, you could spell, I don't know, I'm not going to check to make sure what wicked.com is. If you send me this script and you want this printed on your box, I'm going to send it back to you. You proofread it and make sure it's correct, not me. You can't blame the printer.
I used to say, how does this happen? And go on this long diatribe.
That everyone's bad at their job.
And then literally...
This is Mattel, bro.
We have a digital Tom in the chat room, if you'd like me. CD Sarah gets the Digital Tom Award today for saying, what kid is going to the website on the box of a toy? Not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad because you know what?
Yeah,
I've bought a lot of toys with websites on them, and Maisie's gone to zero because she's not allowed on the web.
The answer is nobody, but the problem is you have to now recall all this.
Right.
Is a gigantic expenditure from Mattel, or like they don't want this publicity.
It's also pie in the sky for most rednecks who think they can put them on eBay and make a little Christmas
money. That is already
money.
happening.
Yeah.
As
rednecks
of
think that
midday
stuff
Monday.
Like this is, they think it's inbound. They're like, this is going to be my ticket.
Multiple sellers have listed the toys on eBay for as much as $500. Some advertising, quote, rare URL error misprint. And they normally retail for under $40. And all the online links do not work, or they say the items are unavailable, and they have been pulled from the shelves from Walmart, Macy's, Kohl's, Best Buy, and DSW.
So last week, Danger Brain put together all the stage banners for our events next week. Beer Fest and Sofa and Suds. And all the sponsors, who it's very important that all the sponsors are correct on all the stage banners because they're paying for the event.
To be correct.
It's free.
Right.
Yeah, it has to be correct.
Yeah.
So there's a lot riding on it. I mean, it's important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just as as a box getting printed, going out to millions of people or whatever. It was like a lot of expenditure.
Yeah.
And so Danger Brain sent it to Mark Larabelle. Larabelle's printing the stage banners, and he sends the final proof to me, and he's like, "Here's the final proof before print.
Right.
Just make sure it's correct before we print it." And I saw the little PDF on the bottom of the email, and I was like, too lazy. It's good.
Yeah, I did it too. Yeah.
And
I do one separate move. I go, Tom's got it.
I'm sure. I said it to Dana. They've done it for years. It's all and they're rolled up.
That is how it falls through the cracks.
I'm delivering these sight unseen.
No, he told us to open the box. No, he told us to open the box, so I just cut the boxes so it looks like because I'm on the team.
Yeah. I'm just gambling on the fact that they're probably correct.
Everybody's gambling that everybody else is doing their job correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what?
Even though these things happen, and there could be right, and then it's going to be bad.
You've worn me down because I didn't used to be this way. But I am now at a point where if the banners were wrong, hang them because no one's going to know. You've worn me down. I'm here.
Yeah. But modern plumbing's like, hey, where?
Why does it say Jerry's Plumbing?
You owe us money because we pay. And then I was like, oh God.
It doesn't say Modern Plumbing. There's just a picture of a Hawk Tula girl.
That's when I flee, though. It's like, I've been wanting to flee.
That's when you kayak it out of here.
Yeah. I can fake my death good, though.
How are you going to do it?
Kayak.
You hate kayak.
Lake Monroe.
Everyone would know it's fake because this guy hates kayaking. We know he wasn't out there on his own.
But I'll have to find a hobo that looks like me and burn his body. That's how you really do it.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah. And then remove his teeth for dental records.
Remember, his fantasy was to kayak, and then you, dressed as a manatee, come and bring him a backup manatee costume, and you guys swim away. You don't remember this?
Yeah. I forgot about that. That was a good faking death.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
So
that's why we need you, Sam.
I'm keeping record of the
swim up
divorce,
as a manatee.
the abandoning family fantasies.
And then you fall out of your kayak, but while you fall out, I put the regulator in your mouth. You slip into the...
Yeah.
And then we both manatee out of there.
Because
nobody knows.
You need witnesses. The witness, Mike B.
Oh, he'll do it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to chug the whole hot sauce.
But we have to pray because Mike B, people will believe him. He's like, I swear I saw Tom fall out of the kayak, and then he just disappeared.
This man, Mike B, with titties, says that
He's
Tom...
a little less believable with no front teeth, though.
Why would you say that, Sam?
Say that?
Jesus Christ.
It's
we
true.
didn't mention it when he was here last week.
He's on Twitch weekly with no teeth.
No, you don't talk about it.
It was fine. We said no.
It is fine.
Didn't notice. Had a mustache. Why, I don't notice. I don't notice color. I'm not raised. I don't see anything.
You don't see teeth.
I don't even see people's faces.
You're not a teethist.
I don't see people's faces. I just see personalities.
Next story. I'm sorry.
Goddamn.
Sorry.
So the guy that created Air Bud, and I say that loosely, he basically trained the dog that was Air Bud.
All right.
He is now homeless. Shocker.
Wow.
He blew all his Air Bud money, although he did not get much.
Did you know Air Bud had cancer?
Yes, I did.
The dog?
Yeah, he died.
Oh, okay. Well, the dogs die.
Oh, my God. Jeez Louise.
For 10 times over, dogs die.
Apparently, when you wear
balls on the
silver
back.
underwear, it sucks out your soul.
No, I feel bad. Kind of. I don't know Air Bud.
I feel bad. This is when I feel bad. I make this noise.
I don't know why I naturally made it.
That's why I feel bad. When I feel bad, my heart vibrates.
And it grew 2 times bigger.
I saw that Piff the Magic Dragon's dog recently died.
Mr. Piffles.
Yeah.
Dude, the chat room was really upset about that. Andrea cried last night. Andrea cried last night.
She didn't cry.
I've
Put it in the
held
chat
that
room.
baby.
That's a sweet baby.
He was a sweet baby.
And you
he
were
died of old age.
He was 16.
You
he
love
lived
little dogs.
Yeah, he lived a long life.
She's in the little dog club.
But when the old dogs die, I'm gonna what would you expect?
What are you gonna do when I die? I'm an old dog. And when I die, you just kick me into a hole?
No. I'll be like, all
Or
right.
are you gonna be like, Daniel died?
I have to put eye drops in my eyes for the press conference, so they think I'm.
Look at this.
Press conference.
I imagine I do a press conference.
To who?
Nobody's there.
No, like if it's some surprising thing, the news will be like, "Hey, we have to talk to Tom."
What happened to the little guy?
Yeah, they won't. They won't.
Beautiful dog. Here I am. Hello.
All right, sorry.
So anyways, the creative Airbud, he's down on his luck. He's in a homeless shelter, but he ended up having to start his own GoFundMe because he needed a place to stay because he was about to come up on his 90 days that he is permitted to stay at a shelter in San Diego.
Never start your own GoFundMe. Very, very poor taste when you start your own.
So he became homeless, right?
Yeah.
But he had a job as a dog trainer.
No, I don't know that was his job. I think
Okay.
that was just his dog, and they auditioned for it. I don't think he was an actual dog trainer. I could be wrong on that.
Okay, all right. Because I just expected that
Kevin
Airbud was
DeChico? I don't know.
Yeah, that's him. Kevin DeChico, the owner and trainer of Buddy, the golden retriever who starred in the Air Bud film series, has faced significant personal challenges in recent years. Despite his pivotal role in creating the franchise,
How do you
say that? DeChico reportedly received a minimal compensation for his contributions.
Yeah.
This is not.
Oh, he got real sick from COVID and almost died. And
He has COPD, which he attributes to his marijuana use over the years.
Oh, shit. Should I ease up on that? My dad had COPD.
Well, I think he claims, because, a lot of people, of course, were like, hey, what happened to all your money? Are you on drugs? How did you end up homeless?
Yeah,
Da-da-da.
That's what I'm
Are
saying
you just
right
raising
now.
this money? Yeah. And he's like, no, I've never touched any other substance except for marijuana, and that's why I have COPD, which he is on oxygen, which is why
I only smoked the Air Bud.
he has been in the shelter. He's been able to use, obviously, he needs electricity, and there are you're only permitted to stay at homeless shelters for 90. This happens not only just in San
Holy
Diego.
shit.
This is there he is. But look at the old picture. That looks like Cadillac Pat. Tell me that doesn't look like Cadillac Pat.
Hold on, I gotta put this up so everybody can see this. You're gonna be shocked
So
at how this old man looks now.
The homeless shelters are so full. They're basically like, okay, you can stay here for 90 days, then we have to kick you out, and make room for other people.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
This can't be a permanent residence.
Right.
Now, I'm going to say it because a lot of people I think this way, and I do too, where if you find yourself homeless and can't get out of it, I'm like, what happened to all your friends and family? And then I'm like, oh, well.
You burned the bridges.
Mental illness happened, maybe. Not every time, but it seems like that.
No, most of the time of the people that I've talked to that are like this, at least people that were close to my family, because we had my aunt was homeless. It was because she burned every bridge in our family. Like, no one would take her in because she wouldn't listen, or no one would take her in because she still continued to drink, or no one would take her in because
or steal
she was
your
supposed
stuff
to have
and
a
sell
job
it for oxygen.
Well, it says
I mean,
he told an outlet that following a bankruptcy, he battled depression for years and partook in medical marijuana to combat it. He says he's never used any other substance. So it sounds like he was, he had some mental issues with depression and battled that, and apparently filed for bankruptcy.
I mean, your best friend's a basketball playing dog. I think you're going to be crazy, right?
Yeah.
Your entire life. I think
well, he
you're
might
gonna
have
be
thought that was like his ticket, to rich, and because there were like 12 sequels to Air Bud or some shit, right?
Well, they use different dogs.
Yes, they only used him for the first one, I think, which is why, and he does not own any of the IP, so like he cannot make money off of anything that says Air Bud.
Just an actor at this point, or they just paid you for.
They paid for the dog, not for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like they needed him to cue the dog to do certain things. He was the trainer.
Yeah,
right?
but anybody can. I mean, once you have a trained dog, you just take that IP and you just make it.
Yeah. It's just the and I know that there's some unforeseen incidences that lead people to homeless shelters and stuff like that. But it's like, why isn't there anybody helping this person that these older men?
They may have tried.
Yeah. And then it becomes like, oh, well, lots of people tried to help you. And it didn't. Also,
I bet you people don't believe him, because if I were in a homeless shelter and an old man that looked like that turned to me and said, I was the original Air Bud.
Yeah, I think they're crazy.
I'd be like, this guy's insane.
But what would it take?
You were, Kevin.
Take your meds, Kevin.
What would it take for any of us or anybody you know? Like, I think the person the most likely to end up in a homeless shelter.
Out of the three of us?
No, not out of the three of us. But out of the people we know would be Tuttle. Or Mike B, no teeth. I'm only saying it because him. But And then
Sam opened the teeth.
And then I feel like
I didn't open them.
After that, we would try to help him, right? We do some sort of GoFundMe.
What, Tuttle? No, he could just stay with me in my downstairs. I mean, I'm not gonna let him.
You'd let him stay at the AT&D.
I'd let him stay with me for a week or so until he found other places to couch
What if he
surf?
couldn't find any place? That's the thing. Then you have to have that awkward conversation to kick him out.
I'd let him sleep on this couch. He has to be gone by 6 a.m. and he can come back at 11 a.m.
Well,
11 p.m.
You'd do that? Seriously?
No.
For how long, though?
So he's not homeless.
We'd raise
how long?
We'd
We do
raise
something for him. We wouldn't let him be homeless. Is my point. We'd figure something out.
Raise some money so he can stay in an extended stay. Like I've had people in my life
Like
that
the
had
one
to
here.
stay in extended stays.
Yeah.
And then it's like you can't be homeless, live in your car, like stay in this extended stay or whatever until you get some money together. Although rent's so fucking high.
I was going to say, how are they going to get money together?
Yeah. Well, I'm like, first move out of Florida, like
you're
Florida,
gonna get
California,
Florida.
like you go to someplace
That's the
cheap.
thing, and I would have thought, like, hey, they've raised over $11,000 for this guy already on the GoFundMe, and he is planning on getting a studio apartment in San Diego, which is like gotta be expensive as fuck, right?
That's $8,000 a month,
Right.
I like
Yeah,
that.
San Diego's the most beautiful and most expensive
He can't
town to
even
live
stay
in.
there 1 month.
And he says he is planning on making money in the form of a new app he wants to make,
Oh,
which would
God.
help dog owners train their dogs to master mainstream sports, much like his old
Oh
pup
yeah,
buddy.
because there's none of those fucking
God
apps
damn.
all over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
place. Get out of here.
Yeah. Just
You
work.
know what? You deserve to be homeless. No, I'll just call
You're
it what it
crazy.
is. You're crazy.
Yeah,
I'll call
yeah.
it what it is.
You're staying at $8,000 studio apartment in San Diego, but you're trying to come up with an
what
app.
sucks is
Move to Mississippi
sucks
and
is
work at Taco Bell.
this whole story checks out, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're making all the wrong decisions. Like, what are you going to do with this money? First thing I'm going to do is buy a mansion and start an app. Okay, well, fuck off then. 'Cause you're not taking it serious. You don't want to live.
Next story.
All right.
I like it.
A Secret Service agent got fired after a book has come out with a tell-all of an ex-girlfriend of his who claims that she was taken to the Obama's beachfront Hawaii home while he was supposed to be on duty protecting the former president back in 2022, and they had sex in Michelle Obama's bathroom.
Yeah. All right. They
So-
go high. We go. What is it? They go low. We
go
high.
lower.
No, I think it's we go high. I don't
They
know.
go low, we go high?
Yeah, I don't know what she says.
So the book is called Undercover Heartbreak, a memoir of trust and trauma.
I love these.
And she claims that the agent broke protocol to impress her, even showing her photos of Barack and Michelle Obama's home and offering her a private tour while they were away. She uses a pseudonym in the book, but apparently it was pretty easy to figure out who this guy was. The Secret Service figured it out. And he says, quote, no one, when she asked about, like, would she get in trouble if any of this came out, he says, quote, no one will know. If anything, I'm the one who could get in trouble. It turns out that he also was living a double life and saying that he was not married, and he in fact was. And
Oh, I do that. That's fine. That's just for fun and games. I like to keep myself mysterious.
What would you do, Tom, as for your job if you're trying to impress a lady? Because this Secret Service guy is like, hey, we can bang in the Obama's bathroom.
Oh, that's what I do.
But for here, you bang in the studio bathroom?
No, don't do that. No. Have your son ride you around
I'm
the house.
saying, what would be the flex of, like, being the owner of T&D Media? To, like, impress a chick.
Not this dump. It's filled with shit flies. Have the shit flies been bothering you?
Not yet.
There are a lot of shit flies in here today.
Well, I mean, you could have your name on the stage banners.
Oh, okay.
We could print anything on there.
Yeah. I will check to see if it's spelled right.
You could say that they could sit in when you talk to Whitney Cummings or any other celebrity that you guys chat with.
I forgot we have Whitney Cummings calling today.
I do like when listeners of the show are excited to sit in the show, and then during the middle of them sitting in, I look overboard.
It happens a lot.
The excitement wears off.
Yeah. And then they see it in their face. They realize they're like, oh, I shouldn't
I
have.
thought this was going to be fun. This is the same shit I get. This is worse than what I'm
Or
just listening.
they get shit-faced drunk and they try to be a part of the show. It's one of the two.
Yeah, we have that. Or
So-
they fall asleep.
So when I was younger, I used to think
Wake up, no teeth.
like Secret Service was like the upper echelon of like security and professionality.
Right.
Yeah.
And
No,
like
no.
I used to think they were like Navy SEAls in suits.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
They're more like rednecks and
But-
stuff.
I think we were sold that though.
Yeah, we were sold that.
Yeah, and also-
I thought it was going to all be like Sinbad. Remember? First kid?
I never saw that.
You didn't
movie.
see, like, all you saw them do was standing around vigilant with an earpiece.
And touching their
ear.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Talking into their watch or some shit.
And like
right?
we were young, like you saw
Or their
like
lapel.
videos of them pushing what's his name that into the car, that whole thing when the
Well, I
the guy had
remember-
38 as a Reagan.
Yeah,
they're
I-
pushing Reagan like, oh shit.
I remember Reagan, that one.
And then
I was alive when that happened.
And then we saw the JFK assassination, but all you saw the Secret Service do was jump on the bumper and then ride away as the guy's head
we
got
did
blown
see
off.
them whisper in George Bush's ear as he was reading to a kindergartner class.
yeah. So, and then so you're like, oh,
He
these
steps
guys.
in, whispers, walks back. I mean, yeah.
And then now you see them bumbling around with their gun.
Yeah.
And you see you hear stories about
Well,
them.
much like the other, other jobs, the quality control of employees.
Yeah. And
I feel like it's gone down in
and you're
all
like,
departments.
Oh, they're just as bumbling as I am.
But I
Yeah.
think some of it's our perception because I bet you to our kids, they would perceive it the way we did.
They probably do.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think Maisie does. Like, I think... Like, I have cop buddies that I know are just like, I'm like, that guy's a fool. You know? I mean, nice guy, good cop, but he's a fool. You know?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Maisie looks at him and, like, sees something completely different.
Yeah, but the Secret Service, I believed up until we started seeing like the mumbling, I believed I was like, oh, these guys are highly trained.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, I used to think that about the president.
Super
too, until he fell off his-
intelligent, like
the president fell off
spies.
his bike. He's like doing
Yeah.
all kinds
Yeah.
of crazy shit.
Like-
Turns out we're all just bumbling idiot
we're
humans.
all a
Yeah.
bunch of humans.
Yeah.
And then they also don't have that much like they do training, but I think they don't do like 2 months a year of hardcore training. Like once they get in there, they just fall into doing the normal day-to-day routines,
Yeah.
And then you're like, hey, want to fuck in Obama's
Yeah.
bathroom? And
I know one.
remember
I have one FBI agent in my family,
yeah.
and his job is the most boring job I've ever seen.
Remember when it came out that the Secret Service were getting like prostitutes in Colombia?
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that.
one.
That was the
Yeah.
start of the downfall.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you're like, they're getting prostitutes in Colombia.
Right, right.
And then you're like, well, I guess that would be something I would do. Like you start thinking about like,
Well,
they're not.
you get there a couple days early.
Well,
you
see,
know.
that's
I
kind
thought
of
they were like super soldiers.
that's kind of like the degradation of like how people don't celebrity worship anymore, or at least not as much as they used to. Because
They
it's
see
like,
the
oh,
real.
they see them on social media, and they're like, oh, they're just there's nothing special to be a celebrity
Yeah.
star anymore, a movie star.
Yeah.
You know,
You see Undertaker playing a video game in long
With Mr.
Adidas
Beast.
shorts. And then you're like,
oh,
oh,
what's
no,
going on with Mr. Beast? He's like catching a lot of fire.
Well, it's
lately.
because he's big. You know,
Yeah.
I think anytime you're big, but yeah, he does have some
Your boy's
fire.
still into that anymore? Or not?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
watch Mr. Beast.
He
when
definitely
it
has
comes
some
out.
fires to put out, but I think he'll end up being okay. I do like that he did an internal investigation and then he like released the findings, but the way he released it, it was like, yeah, we looked into it, we're not guilty.
Nothing to see
It was like,
here.
all right. And I was
Yeah.
like, good job, buddy.
And I'm like, did he put it in the videos? No? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell.
I-
Too much
There
to
was
read.
some weird work chat things that got leaked. I don't know if you've seen any of that.
I
but-
have, yeah. And then like the underage drawings. Yeah, there's weird
some-
shit there.
Yeah, weird stuff.
What else you got?
An Indiana man was found dead inside of a tanning bed at a Planet Fitness 3 full days after he entered the gym.
That's the way I want to go.
How does this happen? How does
That's-
this one happen?
That's the way I want to go. 3 days in the tanning bed.
39-year-old dude, Marion County's coroner office on Tuesday. No cause of death has been determined. However, his family did say he had substance issues and a needle was found in the room with him.
Oh, not the
Yeah,
needle.
so he died of an
Oh,
OD.
drugs. Oh, my God.
Now,
That had to be a crazy death, dude.
Yeah, and they
you
found
inject
on his
yourself
phone-
and then sit in the tanning bed?
Yeah, he was making notes on his phone.
see the light?
He was like, number 1, apartment, San Diego. Number 2, dog app. It's all the same. They all do. This is dumb shit.
yeah, and I like how that you're addicted to heroin, obviously, right? And then, but
Got to keep that tan.
you're still worried about keeping your tan. You're
Yeah.
going to Planet Fitness.
Okay,
and
you're
gonna
bringing
tan.
up something that I see
But
all
don't
the time.
they clean the
That's
room?
what I'm saying. So I guess he walked in there Friday. They were open Saturday and Sunday. Nobody noticed somehow, and then a gym member walked into the gym
Imagine
on Monday,
finding that
walked
guy.
past the tanning bed area and said that she smelled something, quote, really awful. And
there's a man
the
in here.
smell only got stronger as she got closer to the tanning rooms.
Now,
They are supposed to clean those things.
The tanning. I remember when I tanned for a hot minute, and I did. You're supposed to wipe your own down.
But not at Planet Fitness.
Like when you would go to the tanning place, I remember you'd put the stuff on you, and you'd lay in there and you'd tan, then you'd get out, and then you'd have to wipe it down as a courtesy for the next person's ass cheeks.
I figured out how this happened.
Okay.
So each tanning bed's in different private room because people like to tan nude and shit, right? And
Yeah.
They're supposed to. I mean, you don't tan with a suit on.
So
Yes, but you do have to reserve them.
yes, but
So somebody saw him check in.
and then that's a Planet Fitness employee
Right.
like Tom Van, who's I'm not keeping track of the members checking in, checking out.
Yeah.
And then also, if I'm in charge of cleaning the rooms, I'm going to room. But there is when you turn the lock. Because you have to open it up with a key because it's like I think it's a deadbolt or something. Like you can lock the door from the inside.
Yeah,
it says like occupied.
Staff can unlock it.
So then I walk by. I'm like, was this occupied yesterday? Nah. But I did that for multiple days.
Yeah.
Until they stunk.
Well, they all run together.
Yeah. Although I'm surprised it didn't stink a lot faster because I feel like
I would think the
24
Planet
hours.
Fitness gym kind of stinks all the time.
Well, no, it's got
but
a timer. It wasn't baking them the entire time.
No, but the dead body stink. Like,
is it quick?
Yes, after 24 hours,
everything gets released.
It is
gases.
It smells sweet.
Never underestimate.
Yeah.
Never underestimate.
Why do you know that?
The smell of coconut. You put some of that deep, rich bronzer on the super coconut. That'll blow your.
I knew a realtor that sold a house that someone died in. And
Taco Bell.
You knew one or you know one?
Was it Taco Bell?
I forgot if I was supposed to tell the story.
What the hell?
And the stink was hard. You had a professional cleaning company. This was like weeks and weeks after they removed the body. But the body,
but where was the body? Was it like on the floor?
It was on the floor.
Seeped in.
Oh,
It
the worst
seeped
one.
in.
But they ripped out all the concrete. The concrete stain was still there. But
it's in there.
A company came in anyway. It stunk.
Permeates the walls.
And then the person said they could still smell
It's
the
like a
sweet
LaCroix.
scent.
It's like an essence.
Yeah,
It's like
death.
Yeah, and that was weeks later, and so it's so pungent. Like, remember when the MythBusters did the old pigs in a car?
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I used to listen to them in the morning.
Pigs in a car.
So it was
My favorite morning show.
They put like two pigs in like a convertible
hot car,
and then they put it into a storage unit, and they let it there for like a month.
Yeah, they just let it rot.
And then they
Dead pigs.
Dead,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
dead
Yeah.
pigs.
Well, they
Oh
were
my
just
God.
they were like, I'll put the live pigs and I put some sunglasses.
That's what I thought. I was like, what the hell? You putting two pigs in a Camaro? What's happening?
We left them a bag of dog food.
To see
it's fine.
if a professional company or anybody could clean it out without having the smell
Okay.
ever. Like,
Is it possible?
Is it possible? And I believe that after like a week of cleaning the goddamn car after, because they both liquefied and stuff, they could still smell the scent.
I don't think they were able to do it. if
Like
I
it was
remember.
in the metal, which doesn't make any sense. Or like
it's like
particles.
The molecules of the pig rot like fused with the metal. And
Yeah,
it
they
became
ripped
like
out the seats and everything. It still stunk.
Yeah.
And I think it stinks real bad.
One
Death.
day we'll all be those pigs.
Have you ever smelled like a dead squirrel or a frog or like a possum?
Smelled it
died?
last night. What?
like roadkill. Yeah.
It is horrible.
It is.
And it's distinct to other smells.
It's
It's not
very-
poop.
it's
Think about all the
very,
crap
very
that people
stinky.
eat. You know,
yeah.
and
Like
then you
fish
die.
to me, though, rotten fish is one of the worst.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It has it's a very sweet in the front end of the smell.
All right, let's do
One more?
Let's do one.
We'll do one and then a really quick thing
Okay.
just because it bothered. Well, let's do the quick one now just in case.
Cool.
You guys know that People Magazine does the Sexiest Man Alive issue every year. I don't even care about the winner this year, even though to me not sexy.
You know
but
it's my arch enemy. You know I hate that man.
John Krasinski was named Sexiest
Did you
Man
see that?
Alive.
No.
which is whatever. That's a
He's
non-story.
Not. It's not. He's not the sexiest
I
man
agree
alive.
with you, but I'm like, okay, I understand that some women do find him very attractive.
Oh, he's not unattractive.
However, in the same issue, they kind of did, some little nods to other people that didn't quite make Sexiest Man Alive list, but they're giving them like a pass of, they call it the rules of being a sexy gentleman. So do you watch, what what is it? Murders in the apartment building? What is it? Only Murders in the Building?
Only Murders.
So,
yeah,
I
yeah.
heard
Your
Really
girl,
good.
Selena Gomez.
I've been watching it with my sons, by the way, and then we were watching the hot tub. So we go to the hot tub when the new episode comes out, and we all
Nude?
sit in the hot tub and
Yeah, they're
watch
nude all the time. It's
Only
like,
Murders.
Like being at Cypress Cove over there.
Jesus Christ. So Selena Gomez, are you familiar with her boyfriend, Benny Blanco?
No.
I am very familiar with him because he has guested on a lot of Maddie Matheson's cooking shows.
Yeah, I think they're like best friends, right?
They're very tight. Yeah, they're very good friends, and I find him very funny.
So he was actually featured in the in an article that was supposed to be, the whole magazine was supposed to be super sexy content, and his particular article was about rules for being a sexy gentleman. This man is in fact, ghoul.
Yeah, yeah.
There might not be an uglier man.
The chat room said, "Go here." I'll
The
pull
fact
up
that
Okay, let
Selena
me see
Gomez
this.
is dating him is already crazy, but it's like,
she's
okay.
hot as hell. Like I think Selena,
Yeah.
especially because
Jesus.
you know why? Because she's the way she's supposed to look. She's her healthy. I feel like she's like comfortable in her skin now. She used to be too skinny.
I think
and
she may have suffered
and
with some.
But now she's like her. Oh man,
She
yeah,
thickened
Selena,
up.
She looks great.
Also, isn't she like a billionaire or some shit?
Yes.
Like
She's very smart.
When I saw that she was a billionaire, I was like, "What?"
Makeup, bro.
I
Those
know.
makeup lines.
She,
That's how Kendall is too.
Yeah,
She
I know,
got
man.
into it very early on. Here's Benny.
Look at this.
Crazy.
Look at this absolute ghoul.
There's Benny Blanco. Kind of looks like.
And he always is like showing his feet, like he never has shoes on, and his feet are also disgusto. Like, sir,
He also has a douchey name, Benny Blanco.
I don't disagree with that.
Is it? Well, he's a pop. He's a producer.
Producer,
really good.
songwriter,
He's an
yeah.
excellent musician. I mean, the guy is like super talented.
He's got the name of a
The
small
nerve
town
of
drug dealer.
You know, the crazy beauty standards of women.
That's not his real name.
And then
right?
this guy gets to be a part of the sexiest man alive.
Also, she's like, she is a pop star, an actress, and a huge
she
TV
can,
show,
she can do
a billionaire,
She can do anything she wants.
an old Ghoulie Blanco
Hootie
Gole
Blanco.
Blanco.
gets to be with her. It is doesn't make
It
any
is
sense.
bizarre.
Yeah.
But you know what? On the show, and
Doesn't she
Andrea,
have a disease, too?
Andrea watched it with me. Yeah, I think she is battling something. But on
She's got her friend's kidney.
on like Maddie Matheson's show, he's super funny, and that show is completely uncensored and it's disgusting. And he at points makes disgusting comedy jokes, and he's charming. But yeah, he is a ghoul.
So back to People Magazine. Is there anybody under 35?
No.
That thinks People Magazine is
Not
at
even-
all relevant whatsoever. If to the point, like me at 42, I'm like, People Magazine. That's a nothing.
Yeah.
It might as well be just some website of nothing. Like they don't.
That's what it is.
What
I mean,
credibility do they have? Who are they? Just some magazine?
Well, I mean,
editors?
they have credibility because of their name in the industry, but I mean, like now I'm imagining that they get forwarded like this. It's got 12 comments. It's not got a ton of. It just came out. This is. Selena Gomez shouts out Benny Blanco for loving me unconditionally after he lands in People's 2024 Sexiest Man Alive issue. So I think it's just a digital thing, and they still legacy print it because they have to.
Because,
Because of
the old
advertisers.
meatballs are still buying them.
Yeah, and they have a deal with all
And
the grocery
a lot
stores.
think of like all like the doctor's offices and different like waiting rooms. They still have magazine subscriptions just to have crap on the table.
The grocery stores are the last bastion of the magazine because
Yeah.
they still have them at checkout. And I'm like, when is this going to...
Bookstores still have magazines too.
They do, but I'm saying that's what
I'm
everybody
a sucker
comes
for those. I like walking through the magazine on. I'm looking at all of them, and then I see it. It's a little bit thicker, and it's got a cardboard cover on the front and on the back. And what is it? It's Time magazines. It's a full
It's like a
profile
special edition.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit!
It's always some specialty,
And I beg
yeah.
Andrea, I'm like, let me get this Benjamin Franklin.
It's like $20.
And then Andrea does what Tom would do. She's like, it's all on the internet. Just read it on the internet.
But I would say that more people see the cover of People magazine in their grocery store than anywhere else, even on the internet.
I agree.
Like, that's where they get the
That's where I
eyes.
see it.
But even then, so much less than even that, because most people do self-checkout, and there's no magazines there.
No, you're right. Yeah,
You know?
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Or
once
they do pickup, or they do online drop-off. Like, nobody is standing and thumbing through the magazines.
you brought up a good point. Once
Thank you.
everything is
First time you ever
self-checkout.
said that.
Thank you for your freedom. Thank you.
I would have brought it up eventually. Though.
Question was better.
No, you'd say it was your point, and then say it was good.
Yeah. I'll bring up this next week.
Okay.
Is my point.
All right.
But once we're done with regular checkout, it's all self-checkout, the magazine will officially be dead. The only thing keeping it alive is grocery stores and the checkout in grocery stores. Because without that...
I still say waiting rooms, too. Every waiting room I've been to, people still have magazines. Does not matter that people have phones.
Yeah, but they are all... There's magazines there, but everyone's looking at their phone.
I agree, but people see them.
They do,
and
but
they're getting ordered. People are paying for those.
I think that's going to be done too because everybody's looking at their phone. I was in like Quest the other day or whatever, and everybody's just looking at their phone.
I'm so sorry you were in Quest.
No,
well, Quest is a little different. That's basically
that's rough.
In the Walmart.
Purgatory. Oh man,
I'm like I can smell the McDonald's.
I can smell the sweet death smell that's not getting out of the walls.
You know, I do like the smell of McDonald's while I'm in there. I do like it.
But other than grocery store, I feel like that'll be the death of the magazine, and then all magazines will die.
I can see that.
Zines have made a comeback. Saw a lot of zines in Fest.
What's that?
Like homemade little
pamphlets.
Yeah, that people put together.
They mean more, I think, to people now than even regular magazines do.
Even at a bunch of different like farmers markets and the Orlando Pride event, they had a bunch of different zine stands.
I guess that is niche-y and like cool, and so. But I'm just
making a comeback like cassettes,
yeah, and so I just don't see like any of these things lasting for that much longer. And People Magazine, the sexiest man, like I don't know, like does. I know we're talking about it, but does it move? Like if someone becomes the sexiest man, do they even care? Like.
I think it's
it's talked about all the time. Every year it comes out. Every edition that comes out.
I think only because it's a thing.
It's been a thing. Yeah,
it's just a what do you even call that? It's like a
who gives a damn what People Magazine thinks of who's the sexiest?
It's just a tradition at this point.
Yeah,
you know? It's like it's not even a real thing.
Also, even in 2024, it almost sounds kind of inappropriate. Like why are we?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I thought about that because the news junkie was talking about it.
Right? Victoria's Secret shows are back. We're back in the 90s, baby.
Well, I mean,
we're inching back in.
I mean, I do think people,
we're inching back in.
I do think that less people like instantly care about it, but like the sexiest man thing, I think News Junkie brought up that same point. He's like, it's weird that we even still do that, you know. And then last year,
it's all subjective too, though.
Right. But last year's was weird too because it was like they did it, and then they did it with somebody that nobody knows, like Patrick. It was Patrick Dempsey. Was 2023.
People don't know him?
No, well, I mean, like now, do they? Like he's not in. Like he hasn't been McDreamy in 20 years.
Yeah, I knew him as that, but I never watched one episode of that show. But I know that name because of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just figured the name was
it's not
meant
really
something.
I don't think really it's a thing anymore.
All right, let's do the last story.
All right. So what was it? Last year they had the old UAP. Congressional hearing, or was that earlier this year? I can't keep track. Well, they had another hearing in front of Congress, and it was called the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena Exposing the Truth hearing.
Is this where the four guys sworn that aliens are real? Is that?
Or they saw what they're swearing they saw what they saw.
Yeah. So we had quite a few people there. We had Tim Gallaudet, a retired admiral of the U.S. Navy, CEO of Ocean STL Consulting. He says, confirmation that UAPs are interacting with humanity came for me in January of 2015, he said in his written testimony. He describes being part of a pre-deployment naval exercise off the U.S. East Coast that culminated in the famous Go Fast video, in which a Navy FA-18 jet sensors recorded an unidentified object exhibiting flight and structural characteristics unlike anything in our arsenal. So we've seen this video.
Yes.
At least some of us have. This came out the last time they talked about it.
What was in the video? Just describe it.
Basically, they were showing this disc shape that was moving in directions that it shouldn't and faster than it should.
Okay.
And they were talking about it. They were basically saying, are you seeing this? It's going fast. He was among a group of commanders involved in the exercise who received an email containing the video, which was sent by the operations officer of Fleet Forces Command. The very next day, the email disappeared from my account, and those of and the other recipients without explanation. So he was sent this proof of this, and a few other people, and immediately the next day it was taken away. They're going to Congress saying that the Pentagon has been running an operation for possibly decades, and they have known about UAPs and collected things from crash sites and have been keeping it secret from other branches of the government and its citizens, and that they're misappropriating funds. And basically they need to hire NASA to help them, because they're like, it's not a matter now of if, it's definitely there are things out here that we don't know, and we don't know how much our own government is hiding from us.
Here's the video if you want to see it quickly. Here it is.
Yeah, this is one of the videos that was released previously.
Nickel 6-1 Tango, Jake, over. Roger, there's troubleshooting.
Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at the fly.
I would like my Navy pilots to talk more professionally.
I was just going to say, it's just like the Secret Service, dude. They're all like, woohoo, let's get them, boys.
I want lower voices, too. I want like,
it's very Top Gun.
I want them to be like, what the fuck is that? Do you see that? Let's blow it out of the sky. America.
Luis Elizondo, author and former Department of Defense official, says he also gave written testimony. It was brief and alleged that a secretive arms race is playing out on a global stage. He says, let me be clear, UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe. Furthermore, the U.S. is in possession of UAP technologies, as are some of our adversaries.
So one of the other things they released is that
they're saying they're tracking them around nuclear weapons, around our military bases, around other countries' military bases.
They said they visited every one of our bases. Yes. Is what I read.
So here's why I think this isn't true. And because if it was true, I would assume that our government would have had these people killed, so they couldn't tell the truth.
That's real cynical.
Well, some people have passed away, and other people have come forward to say that they have NDAs and they cannot talk to Congress about it.
That's the thing about
that makes you look cooler if you say that. If you're like, look, I can't talk about it.
Yeah,
it does make you look cool.
Yeah, NDAs are you can get sued, but if
you can get in prison for treasony against the government, dude.
Well, that's different than a non-disclosure agreement.
Right.
Treason.
Well, they can bend the rules, right? I think anything that's government related is
you're under some kind of government contract, legally binding.
Who knows what you're going to be brought up on? Something charge you don't even understand.
Well, it's like Putin. Like Putin has assassinated people multiple times with fucking uranium BBs and shit. And like it's been proven. Like they
blew that plane out of the sky. That had his political enemy.
And it's like, and then so you're like, if the government was hiding some giant conspiracy, because like if humanity actually found out that somehow other intelligent life has been here and then the government's been hiding it from us, like now we have distrust in the government.
That's why this hearing is happening, Tom.
That's
literally the whole point of this hearing.
My point is the hearing would never happen if this was true, because they'd be killed.
So you're saying
they would never make it to the hearing.
They're going along with the hearing in order to...
Yeah, but if there was any sort of way to prove this was real and these people were part of the proof...
Yeah, we wouldn't get to a hearing.
Because like you start thinking about like this could
it's crumble. An even bigger ruse, and it's to play out to quell some of this conspiracy, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This hearing came and nothing came of it, and they just brushed it under the rug.
Yeah.
You can't dig your heels in for eternity because then it'll break.
Michael Gold,
you got to give them something.
Michael Gold, a former NASA Associate Administrator of Space Policy and Partnerships, wrote written testimony, stressed the need for government agencies and academics to, quote, overcome the pernicious stigma that continues to impede scientific dialogue and open discussions about unexplained phenomena. As the saying goes, the truth is out there. We just need to be bold enough and brave enough to face it. They said there was a question asking if these technologies are not made by any government, who's making them? Are these private companies you're implying, or is this non-human intelligence? And Elizondo replied, it may be both. And they're also claiming there's also video now that apparently was shown. Now, you can go back and watch this entire hearing online.
Yeah.
Now, they did show video apparently of
so fun.
They're doing what was the movie that you were obsessed with as a kid, The Abyss?
Yeah.
They said there's aliens in the ocean, buddy. They're saying UAPs were coming out of the ocean. They have video of it.
Well, I believe that.
Well, then it goes back to Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's like, why would they be in our ocean? They just found some water in space. Like it's a trillion oceans. It's like there's nothing unique about what we have at all. And then it's like, why would they be down there? Pointless. If they could,
but I hope they are. Let's say I'm a wishful
Why would they be here?
I hope they are. I hope they are down there. Welcome.
And they're also they're going to crash. They're going to travel from universe to universe, or from galaxy to galaxy, and then
boy can dream.
Only to crash in the Earth.
Yeah.
Like, why would they crash? Like you had the technology.
They were drunk, like us. They're just like us.
And then so it all just kind of comes apart, really, when you start thinking about it.
I think people want to believe in it.
Yeah.
You want to. You know, it's exciting.
Elizondo was asked to characterize the UAPs. He said, "It's an enigma, sir, and a frustration. We're talking about technologies that can outperform anything we have in our inventory, and if this was an adversarial technology, this would be intelligence failure eclipsing that of 9/11 by an order of magnitude." After entering this document into the congressional record, Miss May said she had been warned that referencing the program's name, because they called the program for whatever was looking in the ocean. I forgot what the hell it was called now. I have to go back and find it. But she was told not to talk about it and in a public setting. And if she did, she would, quote, land her name on a list, to which she replied, "Come at me, bro, I guess." She's like, "I'm going to talk about it." So that happened. You can go back and watch that.
We're never going to see them, right? We're never going to see the aliens.
No.
Never going to get them.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they're. Yeah. I hope we do.
I hope we do.
I hope there's some answer. But I keep telling myself, my lifespan's small. I'll never know.
I just don't think we're close.
None of us will ever know that Eve is alive currently. Maybe in 1,000 years, if humanity keeps from killing themselves or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll know.
I watched
I don't know.
That Brooklyn alien abduction documentary.
I haven't watched that yet, yeah.
It's good. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't put it on the top of your list or anything. But you can go and read the entire story. And the entire story, what's interesting is that the story is completely compelling and interesting, but it always ends up where you're following the story and you're following it, and it is as good intentions as these people have. It always gets to one point and you're like, scam.
Yeah.
It always gets to it.
Or just firsthand
eyewitness, which is
right.
the worst.
No way to prove, no way to disprove.
It's the worst.
It's like, my grandma swears on the Bible she saw UFOs.
She's a sweet
and
one.
what
does
that mean? And guess what? I believe she believes.
Yes, yeah. And that's the thing. Is yes, these
that
humans
doesn't mean it was
they
an
do
actual,
cover that. They do
anyway.
cover that the people do feel like just because you feel it or they cover that.
Perceive it a certain way.
You could still believe that. Anyway, you want to take a little break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
The name of the band, this is No Man. Both of these bands are hardcore bands fronted by ladies, so it's a little heavy. This song's called Glitter and Spit. We'll be right back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Oh my God, hold on. That came in really, I'm gonna back that up. My God, that came in aggressive. All right. Now, here we go.
Fair Villa is a great place to get some Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Because not only do they have adult sexual wellness products,
sure.
And I mean, it
they've
can
got
go
lingerie,
extreme.
they've got pajamas, and then they've got the wands, and they got
but
you could go crazy if you want to, but then you could dial it back to something as simple as a number 2. And what I mean by a number 2, well, maybe poor choice.
I know what number 2 is.
Let's go number 5.
Okay.
Number 5. We're not on 10. We're on 5. You know what 5 is? 5 is some nice novelty gifts, a pair of funny socks, some really funny greeting cards, a roast and toast, a mug, some of the craziest T-shirts and funny little novelty gifts that you would find, namely in a Spencer's, but these are crazier.
Yeah, holiday-themed socks.
Yeah,
you can be really mild if you want massage oil and stuff.
Or you can get a butt plug as big as a car. They got it all.
Their OBT location, Fair Villa Megastore, the original, is gigantic. Me and Crystal went went there. We're shopping for our golf night.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm like, man, and all their staff is insanely helpful.
Yeah, super knowledgeable.
There's
There's not a lot of turnover there. A lot of those guys have been working there for at least 10 years.
You know how uncomfortable I am? I mean, the listeners know. I'm so super comfortable in Fairville. Like,
You've gotten spoiled. You could never go to any other place like outside. Like take you to
It's
Colorado.
easy.
Say, hey, go into that place. You couldn't do it.
Also, Fairville has lots of locations around Florida. There's a location on iDrive. There's a location, Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee. There's a location, a brand new one in Sanford.
East Palatka.
That's their newest location,
Yeah.
actually.
Say hi to that one.
Location over on the coast.
Did we hit Key West?
There's a Key West location. You can find all their locations at fairvilla.com. You can
And
shop
subscribe on YouTube because they do free seminars, like live streams that you can be a part of.
And their parties are the best. And Fairvilla University, if you want to learn some new things in life. Because
learn about your butthole.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
There's a lot you don't know.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Anyway, fairvilla.com.
You know, believe it or not, that is a lady-fronted hardcore band. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha Haar here from Semantics Podcast.
Hey.
And this is a big deal, and this is coming together extremely quickly and really, really cool, though. This next guest, super duper mega famous comedian, going to be in Jacksonville on November 16th at the Florida Theater and at our beautiful Hard Rock Live Orlando November 15th. And on the line with us right now, and thanks to Billy for setting this up, is Miss Whitney Cummings. How you doing?
Thanks, Billy. It was kind of weird that he reached out over Hinge, but
yeah, I know. Exactly. Billy's so crazy. Hey, thank you so much for the time. We we really do appreciate it. We know that you have a child, so we don't want to take any time away.
No, thank you so much for giving me an excuse to not parent.
Exactly. It's so difficult.
As long as interview as you want. Let's go.
You got it.
So, Whitney, tell us about Fast Friends, because I was reading the description and then I was like, I can't wait to watch this.
It looks good.
And so tell us about it.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, I mean, look, the last, couple of years in comedy have been pretty wild. People are getting canceled for jokes, and everyone's, wants to fight about everything on Twitter. I was like, can I just do a job that's not going to get anyone in trouble? I feel like at this point in society, the one thing we do all agree on is that Friends was a good show.
Yeah.
And I was just like, let's just, nostalgia. I think we're all kind of just like going like, remember the good old days in the 90s when our president would just like sleep with the intern? Remember what, sort of like, the good old days? I mean, this year has been so hectic. Literally halfway through the year, we were like, should the Menendez brothers go free?
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna be released.
We miss those guys. So I just am always looking for, some kind of job that is very neutral, doesn't involve politics, is just like good, clean, wholesome fun. And honestly, I took the job because I have a son now, and I need him to be able to watch something I've done in my career, and this might be the only thing.
Yeah, we have difficulty with that, too. After podcasting and doing radio and being filthy for years and years, it's hard to share that stuff with your child.
So, Whitney, I'm curious because obviously, you need to know Friends trivia to be doing well with this show.
Yeah, are you a mega fan?
But then also, there's, obstacles involved and, the set.
It's like Double Dare.
You're going through Joey's house.
Oh, there's a physical aspect.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like Double Dare.
Yes, Double Dare was one of my favorite shows growing up, just watching people put themselves through total stress for no reason. It's like every relationship I've ever had. And it is that. It's basically like the best parts of Amazing Race, the best parts of Double Dare, the best parts of a Jeopardy show, a trivia show. And you can actually play along while you're watching. Everyone that's seen sneak peeks of it with me, gets so invested right away. And it's like, oh, I know how to finish that quote. I know what he said.
This is a genius idea.
Well, I mean, it's
such a genius.
It's one of those things. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but is it one of those things that seemingly came out of like we would start to see Friends Lego set, and then you'd start to see
It made a resurgence.
Then you'd start to see Friends Tour, where they take you around and they take you to all the sets and everything. And I bet you some producer, somebody's sitting there looking at this and like, why don't we just do like a gigantic mega version of this? And is there? I mean, maybe you can't say this. Are we going to get any cameos that are going to blow our minds?
There are some pretty cool cameos already that I am not allowed to talk about, but you're exactly right. I mean, I knew that when I went into Urban Outfitters when I was on the road and I saw, Friends shirts for like 18-year-olds. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, there's this new generation.
It got on Netflix.
There's very few things on TV that I think 3 generations can watch, where everyone can just sit down, your grandma, your grandpa, your kids, you can all sit in front of the TV together after Thanksgiving, after a holiday, and not be in a dogfight afterwards. I'm like, what can we all just sit around and watch and not end in a fight at the end where someone's yelling that the earth is flat and someone is saying that, it isn't. So, like, to me, I was just like, I want to be part of something.
Yeah, I want to fight about if they were on a break or not.
Yes. What should you want a break? Let's fight about that of all the things, So I just, and I think that, it's something that really is like, unifies people. And in a time where everything seems to divide people, I was like, I really want to be a part of this, and
just do something
it is,
fun.
you're exactly right. The same with like theme parks, with, Lego and Mario Brothers, the Friends has really, transcended into this, as someone that makes multicams. I did Two Broke Girls. I worked on Roseanne. I love multicams. And a lot of times Hollywood doesn't, even though America and the world does. Hollywood has this elitist nonsense about not, Big Bang Theory, all these shows that do really well. Sometimes Hollywood shuns. So I love, being a part of this, celebrating the multicam tradition that was really started by, comedians. And it's all about making people laugh, whereas a lot of TV shows now in Hollywood are trying to lecture people how to vote, how to live, how they should behave. And, Friends never did that, and this show would never do that. So I really want to be a part of it.
I love it. That's awesome.
There's not many controversies with Friends, but the only thing that didn't age well was Ross's pet monkey.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't have had that pet monkey in an apartment in New York, Ross.
Well, they had multitude. They had a duck. Didn't they remember the duck?
Have a duck.
They had a duck.
Yeah, but ducks are fine. The monkey is too close to humans, and people are like,
he was treated well.
And then the
Did you just watch Chimp Nation or something?
Chimp Crazy, yeah.
Okay.
I watched
that.
By
the way, hold on. You're in Florida. Most people in Florida have chimps in their house.
Yeah.
Well, we don't.
We got one in the studio.
I will tell you, we don't have them, but everybody in this studio knows at least one person that has a pet squirrel. Seriously, like that's a Florida thing, 100%.
Raccoon.
And we did a lot of the little macaque monkeys, or the little ones, and that's the ones that I feel like are the ones that won't rip your genitals off or rip your face off and stuff. It's the bigger ones that'll actually kill you.
The fact that you know that is already a problem.
It's in the show.
You shouldn't even.
You
shouldn't even know that.
Yeah, it's in the Chimp Crazy show. How are you? Are you still loving podcasting? Are you still enjoying that? How long have you been doing it now?
I've been doing it, I don't know, maybe since right when the pandemic started, when we all started going crazy and just started talking into cameras and microphones 10 hours a day. I think, you guys know this more than anyone, I think that everyone's attention spans change, what people want from podcasting changes. I think during the pandemic, we were all just sitting around talking about our depression, eating edibles, just being maniacs, and then we went back in the office, and all of a sudden I was like, okay, we don't want 3-hour podcasts, keep it 45 minutes, and this election year comes along, and it's like, I don't really like to weigh in on politics. I like to stay a comedian where people never think I'm going to, preach to them about stuff. So I think this was the first year of podcasting where I was like, oh, this is frustrating because I don't want to weigh in on politics, but that's like kind of what everybody's talking about. But I want to stay, someone that every fan and audience member can know I'm going to go to her show and I'm not going to have to hear about politics.
Yeah.
So this has been a year where I really feel like I've had to bite my tongue, which podcasting was the opposite of that for so long. But I'm just trying to go with the flow and go like, you know what, some years it's going to be more fun than others, depending, Tim Dillon, Joe Rogan, those guys talk about politics. They're great at it. But I'm excited that the election's over so we can just get back to like joking about other things like women having nervous breakdowns on airplanes and, you know, all the other stuff.
The normal stuff that we all have to deal with.
The normal
the aliens.
Get back to,
exactly.
Can we get back to aliens?
Yeah, just
already,
have a congressional hearing.
So when
but I do. I do love podcasting, but I love stand-up. I love touring, and that's, my main thing. We do the podcasting just to stay sort of connected and to work out, hash out bits so that when we tour, we're like, okay, we got this thing cracking.
Whitney, I saw on your social media that you recently visited a NASCAR race and you were able to, you got invited to wave the green flag.
Yeah, man, the go flag, that's a big deal.
And I'm curious to how that happened. How did, you hear, when you got invited to that, how did you feel? I imagine you're not a huge NASCAR fan, or are you?
How dare you?
I know. This guy's assuming a lot.
Stereotype. Sometimes a stereotype.
Okay, you didn't Google me hard enough. I am white trash Asperger's. There's nothing better than a NASCAR race for someone with my brain. I grew up, my uncle is, from Texas. He works at Texas Instruments, used to build cars. We used to watch NASCAR. I love it. There's something so stressful about it and so soothing at the same time. But my favorite part of it has always been the pit crew, just watching the way that they work. I mean, I live in Los Angeles, so seeing men actually be useful and good at something is very rare for me.
Exactly.
So I watch NASCAR to be like, oh, that's what a man looks like.
This is hilarious to me that Tom 100% would have bet money that you knew nothing about NASCAR.
I would too.
Hold on, ask ChatGPT, does Whitney Cummings like NASCAR?
Are you saying she's lying?
No, I'm just saying, if ChatGPT doesn't know, then I'm off the hook. Because
by the way, I mean, all the other stereotypes are true. I'm bad at driving, all that all work. But no, I love NASCAR. I've always wanted to,
so you've been in that world.
And I had asked Hollywood publicists. I'm because they're like, what do you want to do? You want to do Letterman? Do you want to do Leno? I was like, can I go to NASCAR? And it never happened. And then I hired this new manager recently. And they were like, okay, what are your goals? Do you want to host the Oscars? Do you want to host the Emmys? And I just was like, I want to wave the flag at NASCAR. That's my
awesome.
big career. I know. And they were like,
ChatGPT knew. I'm going to read this straight from Chat. Actually, you know what? I'll let ChatGPT read it to you. We'll have ChatGPT read this as our final parting gift to Whitney.
They're going to say she doesn't like NASCAR, but she likes being rear-ended.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go.
Enthusiasm about her involvement with NASCAR. In November 2024, she served as the honorary starter for the NASCAR Cup Series.
He's too slow. But he basically says, what's more exhilarating than watching a NASCAR race up close and personal? It has quotes from you, and it says that you are a big-time NASCAR fan.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, it's written in the stars now.
I also think that it's because I overshare so much about every part of my life. It's people are like, wait, we don't know something about you? It's also just I'm such a blabbermouth and talk about my personal, intimate details of my life. So I think when someone finds out I have a hobby that they don't know about, they're like, well, we would have heard about this.
Have you been in a car?
Yeah.
Have you driven one? Have you been in one?
Okay, I'm not stupid. I'm a fan, but I'm not an idiot. I am terrified of those cars. I did get a little tour this weekend in Phoenix, and they, showed it to me. I got to sit up in where the pit crew is, and where they're, I just put a video out on my Instagram about it. It is so thrilling. Also, I can't do drugs or drink anymore, and there's nothing more fun. It is the level of adrenaline, because that's my main drug. I realize is the adrenaline. And comics, people say to us, oh, I can never do what you do. Going up on stage, when I look at these drivers, they're the ones that I'm it's such awe of. And the adrenaline and just being there, it's when you have this much ADD and OCD, what it takes to be in the present moment is 20 muscle cars going at 200 miles an hour, almost catching on fire. I was in heaven. And NASCAR fans also when you're a comedian or performer, crowds are what you care. Look, I lived in Philly for a while. Eagles fans. I'm dating an Eagles fan. The fans can be tough.
Yes.
I love the NASCAR fans are the most fun people. They're just such a good time. We just had the best. No one is talking to each other. No one's talking about politics because no one can hear each other. It's the best sport because no one's making small talk. It's just everyone's gone deaf and is just having the best time appreciating.
This is what we learned. We learned something today.
Well, no one's talking about politics because they all agree.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, we know how they voted.
Yeah, there's no fight. They're they look around. They're all right,
a lot of thumbs up.
A lot of like-minded people here. Whitney, thanks so much.
Things are pretty great again in here.
Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us again. Whitney's going to be at Hard Rock Live. Get your tickets November 15th. That's Friday.
Yeah, and then Saturday, November 16th at the Florida Theater in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. Whitney, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. And I think I'm coming to Daytona, too.
Oh, no way.
Awesome.
Oh, well, I was born right up the street.
You got to go to the racetrack.
Well, let us take you to the strip club when you come to town.
Well, here's the easiest way to get tickets. Go to WhitneyCummings.com, and you can get tickets to every show in Florida that she has.
Grab some seats.
Can't wait. All right, see y'all soon.
Take care.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
That is Whitney Cummings live. Oh, we did it.
Sweet Justice live.
We pulled it off.
Tom did a fine.
No, I mean,
know.
like, we just assumed that.
Well, everybody assumed it.
Nobody knew she was a NASCAR fan. I don't think anybody knew she was a NASCAR fan. She would have more. I see a lot of men. A lot of men don't like female comedians. I'll say it, but I've seen. I think more men would like her if she was more be more upfront about your love for NASCAR and the fact that you grew up in Texas building NASCARs.
Maybe she has on her podcast.
I don't know.
I don't listen to it.
I don't have time to listen to people. I gotta breeze over the Wikipedia.
I think that's kind of what she was saying. There's so much about her because she's podcasted for so long that was probably on page 5, you know.
Also, I just do the celebrity woman comedian math.
The basics.
No, I
and
get
my
it too.
G fits in this category.
I yelled that to you. I said, "Hey, she just ran the go flag at a NASCAR race." We were sitting here this morning trying to think of things to talk to her about. Well, and then I looked at her Instagram and I watched it, and she looked over the moon excited. Now, she did not look over the moon excited like somebody that knows NASCAR and has been.
That was her dream.
She honestly looked like somebody that was brand new to NASCAR. So I did assume, and I'll put that on me.
But there's also okay, there's certain promotions companies do, like a NASCAR.
She doesn't have the body for most women her age that like NASCAR. Can I say that? Or am I getting canceled for saying
I don't know.
Well, she's a hotter NASCAR fan. I can say that.
Yeah, I guess.
But
most of the NASCAR
insulted a lot of people.
Most NASCAR people, most women I know that are NASCAR fans are older.
They hire celebrities as promotions to do the waving the green flag.
Thank you, Sam.
So, it's just a celebrity, and a lot of times...
Yeah, it's a novelty thing, sure.
And a lot of times they hire a celebrity that, it helps if the crowd likes them, but it really is kind of like they want to expose NASCAR to different audiences.
For instance,
and that's what I thought it was going on.
I have in my possession, in my garage, Darius Rucker. Remember, I saw him wave the green flag. And then Robin Brigg from the NASCAR gave me that green flag. I have a Daytona.
You got Hootie's green flag?
I've got Hootie's green flag.
Put that on eBay.
I've never seen that.
It's in my garage. I've had it for 15 years. I'm not going to put it in the studio. It's fucking mine. It's not
It's just sitting in your garage. Oh, I've never seen it in your garage.
It's rolled up.
You have a display. You don't have it displayed?
He's got it hidden.
I don't have it displayed.
Why? Well, we have just hidden Hootie's flag?
I hid Hootie's flag.
You don't have a picture of Hootie
Do you want me to
waving
bring it in Monday?
Well, I'm just saying.
This is some cool
Is my wife
memorabilia.
in the chat room? If my wife's in the chat room, she could send us a picture of it.
Well, you just have it stuffed in your Christmas decorations?
It's rolled up, and then I have a Craftsman tool chest, and on the top, it's sitting in the top.
Are you a big Hootie fan?
No, he was the Grand Marshal, and he performed at the Daytona 500 or whatever the night race was, and he waved the green flag. So I was up there fucking around with Robin Brigg, who used to be the commissioner for NASCAR.
The president.
He was like, hey, here's the flag.
And he's a wild man. He's a crazy wild man. He'd get drunk and drive around. We'd driving around.
He passed away, too.
He did. Yeah. And I go, give me that green flag. And we'd fuck around with him. He was a funny guy. And I'd be like, hey,
he let me drive my truck on the goddamn...
And then I go, give me that green flag.
Speedway.
And he's like, you can have it. And he gave me Hootie's green. I have a go flag.
Damn.
It's a pretty cool piece of memorabilia.
Well, not cool enough. You just hid it away, and I've never even heard of it.
Not that cool.
How long have I talked to you? I didn't
know how many times we brought Hootie up on this show?
Of all the times
I've never thought to say. I don't know. I don't know why I've never thought to say that.
Well, your brain is broken. That's why. And then
What else you got over there?
I got all kinds of stuff.
What kind of shit do you have in
Dude,
there?
we did an actual ACT touring your house, and you never showed us Hootie's flag.
Yeah.
I think we must have walked
We
by
went
it.
in the garage.
We probably walked past it 25 times.
Is the skateboard we bought signed by Tony Hawk sitting next to it?
It's in the trunk of my car.
Why isn't that where you have it displayed here?
I got to get the picture printed. I got a picture of me and Tony Hawk, and then I'm going to mount it, and then I'm going to put the badges there.
Oh, yeah. They do that with the Hootie flag, the picture of him.
I've never thought to do that. I just kind of rolled it up. I never, I guess the reason I didn't think about it is, I'm not a Hootie and the Blowfish fan, and I'm not a Darius Rucker fan, even though I think the guy's super talented and very nice. But, I have the flag. It's a cool cool flag. I didn't think to like frame it and then put like a picture of Hootie and then be like Hootie's flag underneath it or something.
But then why keep it?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an
His brain is broken.
I gotta throw it away because I can't see myself grabbing even if it's just a green flag.
Well, it's just taking up space in your garage.
I know, but it's just a green. It's a green flag from at its least. It's a go flag from the Daytona Beach International Speedway.
Yeah.
So I guess I feel like I just hang on to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what hoarders say about everything.
Yeah.
I figured I'd just hang on to it.
You put that in a shadow box with Hootie waving it, and then it becomes
You don't
awesome.
have any shadow boxes.
Well, I don't have anything.
You got some stuff, bro. I've seen that
in
garage.
your fucking bathroom. He's got nudies in
That's
his
true.
bathroom. I wish I had that.
The
Wish I had my wife's ass hanging on the wall.
The only memorabilia I have that I wanted the shadow box was the Drunky the Bear jersey I wore in the game.
Why didn't you do it?
Because it's stupid. It is and I'm not.
I disagree.
And no one
we should
that
do
comes
that
to my
for him.
house will care about
I could do a whole argument about how framing a
Put
fucking
it next to the authentic African paintings on the back of your dining
That's what I
room.
wanted to do.
That came up this week. But why would I frame a Hootie flag that means nothing to me when you could frame a jersey that means it's something
Yeah, you
did?
played in a
No, but
game.
it's a fucking life experience.
No, but shadow boxes are for your guests when they
Yeah,
come
but
over.
like that would be a cool
It's a
garage
cool-
piece if you actually clean out your
I think you
garage
should
and like
do it.
hung out in your garage.
I think you should do
but-
it. I think that's cool.
But nobody that
you
comes
put-
to my
Or
house would
put it
care
out by
about
your,
that.
hot tub.
You put the stats, and then
Like
you
you're
put the
on a
picture,
Fridays.
that one picture of you looking over your shoulder when you were on the bench. It's a good picture of you when you were young, and you celebrate the fact that you did something no one else has ever done.
Yeah, but all my friends and family have heard the story 1,000 times. The
You know
Hootie
what?
flag is
You know what?
an interesting talking piece.
You know what? Let me hear it one more time.
No.
Let's run it one more time.
No one cares about
care.
the.
I
All
care
our
about
listeners don't care. They're tired of hearing it. Like no one that I could tell. I guess the modern plumbing tech that comes over to fix it and be like, "Hey, look, he probably doesn't care." He
What is
heard
that?
it. Heard it a million
Predators.
times.
What are the predators?
Yeah. It's not an interesting talking piece.
So
like
you would
the
only
Hootie
do
flag.
it. You would only do it if you thought it would
Be
garner
interesting to
someone's
someone else.
curiosity.
Yeah. It's not. I'm not. It's not proud.
So that's
of
why
it.
you have soapy butt. I get it. This makes sense
No,
now.
I have. Crystal has soapy butt. That's weird.
That's not for you. Okay, I don't know what that
No, we talked about it. That's a bizarre thing to hang. in
But
a
it was a
goddamn-
gift for you.
It was a gift for you.
No, she did that. I told her, I was
Oh.
like, don't put this shit. This is
God
weird.
Damn, you said don't put this shit.
Yeah. I was like, people think we're weird if you put a picture of your ass in a metal painting. I'm like, the kids' friends will eventually see it. I'm like,
Well,
goddamn.
once the kids' friends hear about the balls on the back,
Yeah.
all bets are off.
Balls on the back.
That's worse than soapy butt all
Modern
day.
Plumbing saw it.
EJ has a shadow box for his jersey and his helmet.
Of course he does.
Yeah, but that's an interesting talking piece.
Why
for
would you
people.
frame? Why would you frame disappointment?
What? Well, at least when people come over, like, oh, you
Nobody's
played college
going over
football.
EJ's house.
I mean,
damn.
It's like,
Well, it's the same thing with you. You have your same friends come over, so
but they don't know that because I talk
yeah. But
about
even
it.
again, even if you let's say you had a Hootie flag, you tell them the story once, and then the story's done. So
Yeah,
then what?
It's done now.
You know
I've
what I
told all the
mean?
listeners they don't care about the Hootie
Exactly.
flag now. They've moved on.
So then why hang up anything?
Nobody's going to want to come see my Hootie flag.
Yeah, it's memorabilia that is interesting that you frame, and then it becomes a talking piece. That's why everybody has interesting.
I've always wanted that.
Oddities. Or
I've always wanted that.
memorabilia.
Big Boy from Outcast, he has a jersey room, and you walk into his jersey room, and it's not just Atlanta Falcons, and it's not just Atlanta Braves. It's all players that he's met and people that he admires, and then they sign jerseys for him, and he must have 100 jerseys. And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. People have little oddities and like
Memorabilia.
signed
Yeah.
memorabilia,
Yeah.
like things like there's a chunk. I gave my. Speaking of Robin Brigg, he gave me when they redid the International Speedway or whatever. He gave us chunks of the Speedway.
Where's that at?
Yeah, a big piece of
I gave it
asphalt.
to my father-in-law because
Yeah.
he's a
Oh.
NASCAR fan, and then I put it on a plaque.
Yeah.
And then it said like a chunk of he gave me the dates. It was like 1998 through 2006.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It was like this
It was
is
a
the
piece of the
page.
asphalt.
And
Do you know any Hootie or Darius Rucker fans you could bequeath this flag to?
Mike B. I could give it to Mike B. I would give Mike B. Darius Rucker's flag.
Would someone that likes Darius Rucker be more impressed or NASCAR? What's more important? You know what I'm saying?
NASCAR.
Yeah.
'Cause
NASCAR.
Darius Rucker
That's
would have been
true.
like, I want to pick.
I need a
Very
picture.
specific,
I
yeah.
need a picture of him doing it.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
And right, because right now I have no proof other than the
Right.
fact that he did it and Robin Brigg gave it to me.
Yeah, and
You
then
know,
that's just your word.
Let me
yeah.
get that
Right.
flag to put next to the chunk of
I'll do that.
Oh,
I can do
yeah.
that. You want to do that?
Ooh, for Christmas. It's coming
So
up.
a Hootie flag,
Yeah, yeah.
Hootie in the chunk.
Yeah. Because I think like more and more memorabilia I give
Yeah.
him, maybe it'll write me in the will.
Okay, I like that. I like doing that.
I've always
Are
been
you hoping for that?
Are you scheming? I'm trying to scheme into my will too.
Yeah.
But Andrea's
I got
dad,
no wills.
Andrea's dad's house gets hits by a hurricane. Is just taking all the money.
Find lonely old neighbors. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah,
lately.
yeah, I've been doing
I don't
that.
got any
Yeah,
of
like
those.
I went around after the hurricane looking to help lonely old neighbors
Yeah.
that they don't like their family, and then I thought that if like I help them rake up their debris, maybe they'll leave me in their will.
We have a young boy.
That's
We have
my
But
dream.
they have your name as Paul, though, so it doesn't really work out for you.
My dream is to like be called by a lawyer and be like, "Hey, you have to show up to this like will ceremony," and then I stand in the back.
Oh, where they play the TV?
Yes, the
And they put
cassette,
the
the
VCR.
cassette.
Yeah, they put the VCR.
I grew up
tape
in those movies, and then I'm standing in the back, and then all the greedy family is
It's
waiting
like,
to get their. Yeah.
So I'm giving my millions to Thomas Van.
Yeah, my neighbor who helped me with
None
this
of you
hurricane
came to
debris.
visit me.
Yes.
Yeah.
None
The
of you.
last 5 years.
And then everyone's pissed off, and the lawyer's
he
like,
would eat my
But my
pussy on my deathbed.
my young, handsome neighbor in his running shorts would come over and do
Yeah.
odds and ends.
He would come over and ride my back and put his bare balls on my back.
yeah, that's my dream. Anyway, Sam, we gotta
What?
get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. We're gonna get out of here. Let's
all
plug some stuff. Let's
right,
plug some stuff.
fine.
You're
Plug,
still doing
plug,
Sipping
plug.
with Sammy, right?
I am. I do that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on twitch.tv/semantics media. It's basically kind of what I did here, just stuff that comes up on my timeline that I find interesting to talk about. Still doing the Semantics podcast every other week. And then on the off weeks, I do You Heard About This One, which tends to be conspiracy/mystery type stories that me and Derek talk about. And we have a cruise next year, Semantics at Sea 2025. We're doing a Halloween cruise, so I'm going to need even more costumes. We're going on the Virgin cruise again, so it's
No
a team no
kids.
kids again. We're going to Key West and Bimini. So if you want to go on the cruise with us,
Key West.
semanticsatsea.com.
Key West.
It'll be my first time going to Key West. Never
Key
been.
West is great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Key West. Home.
I'm putting together a pub crawl.
Key West. They call it Casa de Anal.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got to go up to the is it a Garden of Eden?
Yeah,
or
Garden of
whatever?
Eden.
No, I think it's just called Eden. No,
Or
it's
Eden
Garden.
Bar
No, it's
or-
Garden of Eden.
Garden
Yeah,
of
I've
Eden.
already
Bar
looked
is your
into
bar.
it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The
Garden of Eden, or no, what was the place that we got the shakedown where they stole our money?
It does like when you're up there and there's just some naked old man drinking, and then like a naked old hag, and then you're like, this is America.
Yeah,
you know,
it really
everybody's free.
Yeah.
like do what you want. Like there's the people in the streets butt fucking naked old
Yeah.
people. Like
What's
At
weird
all
about-
times, this is happening.
You're
Or is this
drinking-
just fantasy
I mean, I've
fest?
seen
No,
it
just
before.
whatever.
No, mostly Fantasy Fest. But
Party.
what was weird about Garden of Eden Bar is that, like, at most, even nudist resorts, they require you to carry a towel for you to sit down on, right?
Okay, that's
Because
proper etiquette.
It's just proper etiquette.
Yeah.
It's good for your B hole. It's good for your V hole. It's good for your P hole.
I almost
Good for all
got
the
nude
holes.
there at that bar at Turkey Leg's wedding. Me and the Grizz were like, let's get nude.
Yeah, put our dicks together. Let's show everybody what real men look like.
And then I think Crystal was holding me down. I don't know.
How does it work when you go to one of those places? Is there lockers to put your clothes in?
No, you walk in nude and you walk out.
I'm telling you,
You
it's
walk the
free.
street
You walk
It's
in.
all free.
No,
It's
when
the
you
Congo
walk in-
Republic.
When you walk in, there's just a man with shoes on, and he'll just be sitting there with like glasses. Old man. He'll just have a big beer belly, tan, and he's got white pubes, just a poof, and then he's just got like a dead, just a dead cock laying there. He's just drinking a beer, and he's free. He's free.
yeah,
He's a
total
free man.
freedom.
He's a free man.
And then you're like, I want to live here. Then you look around at the prices, and you're like, okay, live here.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't even know how.
You gotta be rich.
Melissa
You gotta be
lives
rich
there.
to walk around with your dick out.
I'm like, how are you a video editor and living in Key West? It doesn't make any sense.
I know, it's crazy.
Anyway,
Does she get naked?
hopefully.
Yeah, you need some
What
help.
the hell?
You need some help editing, Melissa?
Yeah.
Send us some pictures of you naked. Put some,
We'll give you money for that.
Put some pictures of you naked in our video. They'll do better. The videos will do better.
All right. So, again, our Beer Fest and So Fun Suds is next weekend, 23rd and 24th.
It is.
We hope to see you guys there. Obviously, there's some maybe a storm coming midweek, but I think that's going to blow all the bad weather out, and we're going to have nice weather for our Beer Fest.
I was watching Mike for Mike's weather page, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. He said something, was mumbling something about it being real bad.
You know, it's not as exciting.
You gotta catch 'em early.
When you have only the computer telling you something's going to happen, and then you look at it, you're like, it's not even a hurricane yet.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't believe it.
I know.
You're like, I don't believe it.
Anything can happen between now and then,
Even though that's how the entire world works, is computer projections of everything.
Yeah.
You know? But for
Nothing
whatever,
matters anymore, Tom. I don't know if you know this.
Oh, we know.
But for whatever reason, I'm like, I don't believe it's going to turn into a hurricane and hit Florida. You're like, I'll wait.
And then when it does, what do you do? What do you say?
Oh, shit!
Run!
Anyway, all right. We'll see you on Monday.
Hold it, fellas. Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's, mediocre.
This is all jokes and funny to you, huh? You can take it up with legal. Have a good day.